Oh, hello everybody. Welcome. Great to have you in here. Xeni's looking at me like it sounds kind of flat. I can tell right now.
Well, I can't hear because I don't have my headphones on. So there you go.
There you go. Okay. You were giving me an awful look. So I brought down the echo a little bit. I want to try and keep it on this show a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Good to see you all. Hope you're doing fantastic. Welcome to each and every one of you to our favorite night of the week where we get to hang out with you guys. That's right. Take all your questions. Looking forward to it. Tonight's subject is just going to be very quick, and then we're going to jump right into your questions. So if you have questions about editing, shooting, creating,
video shooting,
how to do this, anything like that has to do with YouTube. If you're doing on YouTube channel, then we're in the place. We'll try to help you out the best we can. We do not have all the answers, folks. We're not gurus. We're not anything like that. We shared our journey with you guys and continue to share, and you guys share yours with us as well. We learn from each other. It is what I like to call a union hall meeting where everybody gets together, tries to figure out this crazy YouTube world together. It's a pleasure to have you all. Thank you so much for coming. And folks, don't forget to hit the like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff. It's great to have you in here.
And yes, is it still early in the show or can we start over? Yes, we just came on. You're not late. You're right on time. As always, we started with a little bit of housekeeping. So you are right on time. You didn't miss a thing. And yes, like Andrew said, for those that are still late to the party here, tweet it out. Hit that share button so they come here right on time. Well, you're never too late, guys. We like seeing you no matter when you pop in and say hi. We love seeing you. And LS Crew, I do already have your questions. Thank you so much. And if you do have any questions, you're more than welcome to put them in the chat with @Push Studio so I can see them, copy them, and we can answer them during the show. So I already have 2 questions. You guys are amazing.
Love it.
Yeah.
You guys are awesome. And remember, folks, if you're just starting YouTube, not only are your questions very important, but you have a unique perspective on it that a lot of us sometimes forget along the way. It's going to be 2 years for us coming up on Thursday, and that feels like 40 years, 50 years.
Oh, the dog years on YouTube, yeah.
That's double dog years. That would only be 14 dog years.
Oh, okay.
Triple, quadruple. Well. See, you tried to outdo me. You outdo me.
No, never.
Oh my God. It's great to have you all here, folks. This is, like I said, and we both feel this way. It is our favorite night of the week. Really get to hang out with you guys more. It's a little more chill, talking shop and stuff like that, and it's really cool. You guys, we learn from you something new every time, and sometimes questions we have no idea how to answer, but guess what? There's a lot of you knowledgeable people in here, and once again, some that just got started, know something that none of us don't know and made our lives easier. So whether you have 2 subscribers, 20,000 or 200,000, it's an absolute pleasure to have you in here. What a great looking bunch of people. Let's get some more info. So let them know what's going on. Hit the like button, tweet out, tell friends, all that good stuff. We only just give a couple of minutes to give people time to get in, and then we're going to jump into it. That's right. And as well, tonight we're going to announce, as some of you have been following us already, we started, a week ago, I guess now about?
Yes.
I think it's a week tonight, I think.
I think so, yes.
Xenia came up with an idea on the fly, and it was absolutely fantastic. That the last person in the chat to make a comment before the chat shuts off gets a shout out the next night. And it's worked out fantastic.
Yes, it's so much fun to watch you guys.
Yeah, scrambling. I love it. I love it. And the numbers are getting bigger and bigger at the end. Everybody wants to get that. So, and one ugly person, that would be neat. No, Gary.
No, never.
Anything but.
Be good to yourself.
The funny part is Brad Ariels is going to probably jump in this one. His name is Gary too, because he always says he has a face for radio. So don't want you two fighting over the face thing. You both are good looking people. Great to have you both in. So we have the winner tonight we're going to announce, but we've added a catch. We have added a catch, and this is going to be going on. Now, the screen we're going to do it on tonight looks kind of crappy, I'll not lie, because I had a ton of things to do, and we had a bad storm here. But we're adding a little extra twist to it. So you have 2 chances for shoutouts. One is to be the last to make the comment here in the chat. But then also, if you make an on-topic comment on the live stream itself, down in the comment section, we're going to draw a random one. We're going to do our first one tonight. Now, some of you already have access to your comments. If you do and you want to go put one in right now, that's fine. No worries there. So the option is there, but we're going to be drawing from last night's comments, and then at tomorrow night, we're going to draw from those ones. We're going to start doing that every day. So there's 2 ways to get a shout out. You'll see what I mean in a couple of minutes. I know it's hard to say because there's comments and comments. One is for comments in the chat here, which is the last one, and one is for comments on the live stream itself.
Now, so is there a deadline time till they have to comment under yesterday's live stream?
Till when we go live the next time and draw it here live. So you have up until then. You can still do it now. There's a couple of minutes. So.
Oh, there you go. So you still have time to leave an on-topic comment.
Yes.
On-topic comment. We still reserve the right to not accept
if it's
the
like
comment.
21, got you back, jumped up, no, we're going to skip it and hit another one. If it's something that has something to do either with that or the channel, something of poignancy to it, of anything, it's good to go.
That's right. So you can go to yesterday's live stream and leave a comment there for our daily new chance for a quick shout out today. We're gonna randomly choose that with a comment picker. So that's completely random. You know, we are trying to do our best here to be fair to everyone. And why not, guys? You always ask for more chances for shout-outs. Mm-hmm. Well, we try to give you more and more things to have free ways of promoting your channel. And this is one of the ways how you can grow your audience and your presence on YouTube is put your name out there. And that's what it all is about at the end. So, yes, keep your eyes peeled and put that comment there and come back.
That's right. Here, actually, I'll put the link in the chat for you. This is the one you have to put the comment on if you want to be in the draw for today. There you go. I'm just pasting it in. There's no text or nothing, but that link right there is the one to follow. So if you haven't put your comment, go right ahead, and we're going to draw probably in about 5 minutes or so, I'd say roughly. So there you go. You got a couple of minutes to do that. But please make sure, too, folks, you hit the like button and tweet it out to get more in here. Tell your friends about it. I'm sure you have friends that are looking to discuss YouTube as well and stuff like that, and everything gives them a chance to come and hang around, meet some of the great people in here as well, maybe get some of their questions asked. They'll thank you. They'll thank you because they're going to meet lots of great, smart people in here as well, and they're going to be like, you know what? You're a great, smart person because you recommended me to go there. You're my hero. That's
now,
right.
For those of you that are new here to the channel, every day we have a different type of show. So if you came and joined us here during the Push Tuesdays is not that. Tuesdays is Tuesday Tech Talk. Wednesdays and Fridays is Push. We have different shows on different days. So in order to know what to do, check out the description, check out our About section for our schedule so you know where do you land.
That's right. I know it can be a little confusing by times, but you can also find our schedule on our About section. A few things are changing onto it, but for the most part, you'll get an idea what is going on. Cardoso Media, it's great to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing fantastic. Craving Capsaicin, how are you? Great to see you. Storage Scavenger, what is going on? Fantastic to see you. Did I win the last time you done the last in the chat?
Well,
Thanks.
we'll have to see.
Yep, we're going to be checking in just a few minutes. We're going to be announcing that. So you're just in time. Great to have you in here. And there's still a few more minutes to go. So great. I went and closed my window that I was going to use. That's not surprising. That sounds like something I would do. I got to get used to this new draw.
Okay, guys. Okay. Well, we are going to jump into the subject very soon as well, and as you've seen on the title, we mentioned a little bit about that yesterday, but it was shocked so many of you in the chat that we decided to bring that back up for those of you that maybe are not joining us during our shout-out wheel.
Definitely.
Quite an interesting topic. Very quickly, we'll go over that just so you are aware and the details of that, and definitely we'll jump right back to the questions, our favorite night of the day, where you can ask the questions about YouTube. Just a reminder, if you want to have a question answered, put it in the chat with @PushStudios so I can see it and we can answer during the show. You guys are more than welcome to jump into the answering the questions as well. This is all about learning from each other, your experiences, what you think about different discussions that we have during our Tuesday Tech Talk. So more than welcome to join the chat.
I don't know if you purposely meant to say it, but that is an amazing expression. This is our favorite night of the day.
Oh my.
That is so radio. That's so FM. I love that. I was like, oh, yeah, that's nice. It's got a smooth feel to it.
Well, as I said, I'm trying to get to the NPR level by the end of this year. So.
I thought the English isn't my first language thing was coming up. I was pretty sure that's where we were going in that one.
No. Well, that's the advantage of it this time.
It's kind of got a Venetian blind effect when it's handy when it sounds
good. Exactly. And Harley and just joining us, sitting at work, trying the best to multitask. We're not going to tell anyone unless you're the boss and you can do whatever
Mum's
you
want.
Word.
Mum's the word. Never seen anything, never heard anything. Never happened. Never happened. Not working. I'm not watching Pusa Studios working. I swear. I'll vouch for it. There you go. Great to see you all, folks. Hope you guys can hit that like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff, folks. Great to have you in here. Yes, exactly. Shh. That's right, Cardoso Media. Big shh. There you go. All right, folks. I think it's time to give a rock star welcome. I have the echo down, but you know what? For you guys and this part here, these are rock stars. You're rock stars, and you deserve a proper rock stars welcome. So let's see what we got in the house so far tonight, folks. There we go. We got a bunch in the box. There you go.
In a box?
Yeah. That's the stupidest thing I've heard.
Wow.
All right. I want to give a great big hello to Willow Whimsy is in the house. From Browser 1. Hey, it's been a while. How are you? UK Limitless, welcome back, as well as the LS crew. We have the Electric Beard in the house, and Walker Fam is here, folks. That's right. The Art of Handmade Dolls and stuff is here. Tasha Rid Noir is in the house. That's right. As well as Storage Scavenger. We have Quicksilver in the house, folks. That's right. Queen City Picker, what is going on? Fantastic to see you. We got Punchy Paints in the house. We got Puffin Tube with us. That's right. As well as Pixel Pia is here. Philip Cockram is in the house, folks. Been with us from the very, very beginning. First live stream, if I remember right.
Yep.
And he is phenomenal, folks, fellow Canadian. Make sure to check him out. We always give an extra shout out to the ones that got us off the ground. Philip Cockram most definitely by far falls in that category. Thank you, Philip, for being here. Patricia's Norwood Hobbies and Reborns is in the house. Great to see you. We have our family, our journey with us. That is right. And another channel was with us very early on, an early guest. Our Haunted Travels. Panic D is in the house. Sean and Marianne, another fantastic couple that helped us get going. Great to see you guys. Make sure to check them out. They're fantastic as well. A lot of work in what they do. We have Oscar Sondergaard. Welcome. We have My T Lane. Welcome. We have My World, My Way. Helen is in the house. That's right. As well as Mud Nuts Reviews is here, folks. More Eats is in the house. We have Metal Fish TV with us, folks. That's right. Marianne Machado is as well here. Welcome. I hope I pronounced it properly. Magnolia Money is with us. We have Lottery of Life. LMR Collins 1966 is here. That's right. As well as Life After Life TV Productions in the house. We have Kim Topeka in the house. And Cardoso Media, who's been with us for many a fortnight. A long time. Great to see you. Another fantastic channel. We got Jim the Explorer in the house, folks. Jacob TV is here. Welcome. We have Jackson RC Aviation. Hustle Nation is in the house. Heather Kazarni is in the house. Haunted by Haunted is in the house. Harley and Jess is in the house. Welcome back. We have Graceful Spirit and Ray. We have Gary Clunkerville Town is in the house. We got Gaming Rubik's Liam. Flippin' Frozen is here. That's right. We have First Munch. Diving with R5 is here. We have Dennis Acosta, OFW Vlogs. Dave Booth Angler is in the house, as well as Craving Capsaicin. We have Corinne Torres in the house, excuse me. Console Fix is back. Welcome. We have Sherry Awesome Sunset Travel. She's awesome. She's like a sunset. She travels. Callie, Christoph as well as just somebody we met recently. It's great to have you back in here. Brendan Land, I seen you say first time here tonight. Well, welcome. Brad Ariels, welcome, buddy. Gary, what's going on? We have Beyond the Veil Investigation. Isn't that a fantastic channel name?
Yeah, I love that. It's just super beautiful.
Yeah, it's like a 19th century novel, Behind the Veil Investigation. Yeah, it's got that feel to it. Alex the Blue Man, reviewer and gamer, is in the house. That's right. As well as Adam Axe EP is here. And Two Real Geeks. Great to see you all. Hope you're doing fantastic. I know some get skipped off that list, folks. So make sure to say hi. Highlight our name and say hi so we can say hello to you guys. Callie, much love to you. And you're such a great addition to it all. And always, like I say, I always love meeting fellow Canadians on here as well. So that's definitely an extra bonus. I won't be in the chat as I'm doing some tasks, but I absolutely I'm here and listening. Oh my God, Magnolia Money, no problem at all.
And Oscar Sondergaard, thank you so much for the super chat, asking why everybody is a mod. Well, here at Blue Ranch is a philosophy and not a status. If you don't self-promote to be respectful to each other, then you get yours eventually as well. And a special hello to Denmark. We love Denmark.
Definitely.
We have been a couple of times, and we have been in Copenhagen, traveled around for like 5 days in the car with kids.
Went to the home of Lego, which was my mecca. Even though it's supposed to be for the kids, I was blown away.
Love Denmark.
Yes. Oh my God. Guys, you drive around, it's this little tiny town with fields all around, and you're driving, there's like these 16-foot Lego blocks in the middle of nowhere, like a giant kid had just dropped them. Unbelievable. I'm telling you.
Better than Disney,
Mecca.
I've never been to Disney, but still better than Disney.
Yeah, no, it was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Great to have you in here, folks. Nomadic Hippie. Nomadic Hippie.
Hello. Good to see you. Yes, and there's nothing wrong with you just listening as well. This is a night where you get so many tips and so many insights on how and what to do on YouTube, and definitely something to worth listening to, as well as maybe you are busy with your chores or whatever you're doing.
Frozen Fury, how are you? How are you doing? Good to see you.
It's on the bottom right. So thank you for your support. It's greatly appreciated. Okay, so the question was from Heather Ksarni. See, Andrew worked all hard today. Was changing our layout and welcoming. Oh. And she asked who did our avatars at the bottom.
Oh, I just made them. I forget even the site that I went to. One time we needed something for one of our thumbnails. I just went and made them, had them done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I literally don't have the site anymore. I have those as SVGs, but that's it.
Yeah, we created it originally for our mail opening from fans and for viewers, so use that. I can try and find it maybe for the next week, the answer to that one.
I completely forget where, because it was a bit of a chore because I wanted one for PC and not doing it on my phone and that, so it was a bit of digging around to find.
But we have had numerous people doing some of the things similar. We have Doodles by Doug doing the doodle of us. We have Terrell Artworks doing a portrait of us in a drawing as well as Gana doing hers. Yes. So we have a couple of people that have done, and if you're looking for somebody to animate your character, let us know in the DM on Twitter, and I'll connect you.
I want to say hi to Nova Squad. Nova Squads, how are you, Lauren? It's good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. It's been a while. Uji-san draws as well. It's great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Frozen Fury, we're doing great and glad to hear you are as well. Nomad Unbroken Live, hope you're doing fantastic, buddy, as well as Old Guy on a Bike. Fantastic to see you. Cardoso Media, I'm doing a little more investigating about music content ID claims and their effect of being approved into YouTube partnership program. Not looking promising. Might have to delete a few my best videos.
You can't have any strikes, and if you
No.
do have a strike, you are not eligible while you have your strike rolling.
Claims,
Don't work like that.
That's what I was saying the other night, but maybe because there's more. I don't know. Just start. Do you have a bunch of one thing I forgot to ask you? Do you have a bunch of things that are unlisted? Because if you have a bunch of things unlisted, that could be a big problem right there. That happens to a lot of channels. Too many things unlisted, and then the algorithm just doesn't recommend you. It just keeps going until you finally get rid of them.
Yeah, claims don't affect your YPP whatsoever. So there's something, the problem is somewhere else. I wouldn't suggest unlisting all of those. Like I see here, there is suggestion of unlisting those videos. Don't do that. That's going to make it
done the
worse.
opposite. We've had channels that waited 7-8 months to get monetized, and the whole problem was they had a bunch of things unlisted. It's not that it's wrong. See, the algorithm passes through and says, okay, there's something shady, there's too many things hidden, and it just seems to just not bring you up into the queue to get it done. They remove them, some of them 3 days later. Sean can attest to this, Panic D Haunted Travels. He helped somebody out with that as well, and that was their issue with it. So
can you DM me, and I can look into that a little bit more, because it looks like it's a specific issue. So DM me, and I'll check it out.
Because like our Cheers video, that's a copy. That's a claim video onto it. Copyright claim, not a strike, and we had no issues with it whatsoever. That's we have two, that and the wedding one. It was a partial native wedding, and I didn't know this. Chant was actually copyrighted, so it caught me by surprise, but I got it under sharing. So
yeah, and it's our experience, but it's also what YouTube says in its guidelines. It says that it has no effect on it, and the only reason is the strikes that might affect you. So just DM me and we'll look into it.
Yes, that's one part of it. Yes, Sean, the 4,000 hours have to be public hours, but they also, like, if you have too many things hidden and still have 4,000, can still even sometimes cause problems. We've been finding out over time.
Yeah.
The algorithm's looking for anything that makes you stand out, just looking like there might be something up. The algorithm doesn't understand gray and what you do, and it's like, okay, well, they have say they have 4,200 hours and 1,200 subscribers. Well, why do you have 37 or 48 hid things? You know, it doesn't make sense to it. The algorithm doesn't understand why so many things are being put in a closet, if you will. So it just kind of been taught over time to kind of err on the side of caution and say, okay, this is something up here, just move on to the next one. There's lots waiting. So that can be a big part into it altogether for sure. Great to have you all in here, folks. By the way, if you haven't hit that like button, please do. We're going to get into our topic. It's just about time. We're going to jump in it quickly here and then start taking your questions. This is going to be a short one, folks, but a weird one and a good one to know. So copyright claim doesn't affect us.
That's right. It's just a revenue sharing if you're monetized. Other than that, it shouldn't affect you whatsoever.
Well, really, anytime it is diving with our Vive, like, I mean, there's, you never know what's coming up in new policies and stuff like that. And the algorithm's always just wondering, you never know what's tipping it off. And it's becoming more sensitive than ever. So it's, you know, it's not that it's necessarily hurting you once you're monetized, per se, that anybody knows. But look how many things come out with the algorithm. People find out 6-7 months later that was, you know, the algorithm just gets a quirk about. So we try to avoid it whenever possible. I think we got 4 hidden out of 600 and some video or 700 video.
Yeah, I
thought
Cardoso already applied. He haven't applied, so don't worry about that.
Oh.
Just forget about it.
Oh, I thought you were waiting to get. Oh.
Forget about
Yeah.
it. You're fine. Gary Clunkerville said background music can be tricky, usually just making something up on keyboard. Well, there's a new copyright. Well, it's not new, but they actually changed their copyright where you can have your background music unintentionally from a different source. So, for example, if you're passing by a music store or you're passing by a fair
without playing in music in a tent or something like that.
Or vlogging somewhere, and all of a sudden the music starts, you know, you can still leave it in because it is a background music with you directly interacting with it. So that's a new copyright. I will link that in the chat. We do have a whole live show about that. So you don't have to blotch it out unless it's intentional. You can't put like your CD and play it and all of that. By the way, I wanted to say, I seen something. You can't go live and expect that you're not going to get a strike playing copyright music after you delete it. If you're live, you can get a strike while you're live, guys.
I don't know where this is happening, and this seems to come up about every 3 to 4 months. By the way, hi to Muskie Hans. Very, very early on guest. It's great having you back in here, buddy. Muskie Hans, I think he was in the single-digit number of guests that we had on. That seems to come back every couple of months and be like, you know, I'm just going to play some of the radio here in the background and that. If you ever wanted a copyright strike, there's a fantastic way to get one. And don't think just because it's not front and center or being piped in your computer, it doesn't count. It most certainly does count. And as a side note about that law that Xavier was talking about, cannot stress enough. You cannot say, oh, well, Def Leppard's playing behind me and I just came on to talk about me eating ice cream an hour ago and get caught with it and say, oh, it was background music. It don't work that way. You have to take all efforts to get away from that music or have it as distant in there as possible. You cannot go front and center and then try to bring that up after as a get out of jail card with YouTube, with the copyright claim holder if something happens. You've got to do your best to avoid it at all costs. It's there for a reason to catch, which really did suck. Some people were, like a fair is a great example because you have tent after tent. And, Xenia and I are talking, oh, we're out with the kids doing this. And then you hear a song playing, like Bryan Adams or something like that, and you got to strike for it. So it's showing they're making some good faith onto it, but remember to stay within those guidelines because it's easy. Actually, anytime you play with copyright, you're opening up. So try for your own sake to always avoid as much as possible. Patty Brassard is in the house. How are you? Welcome.
Good to see you. And a quick answer, Leo here asked what to do if I uploaded the copyrighted content. Should I have to delete it? If you already got a strike, never delete the video. You'll actually make it worse. Let YouTube remove it. That's like one of the things we always remind you guys. We also have a copyright tips on YouTube, what to do if you get a strike. I will put that link down in the chat as well.
Definitely. No, guys, you know what? That bothers me about YouTube. That when you've been notified if something happens, whether a strike or a community guidelines and that, I do not know to this day why they can't be bothered to tell you not to delete your video because it will make it harder for you to fight your case. Mm-hmm. I that bewilders me. It would take one line on there, and most people would, and rightfully so. Oh my God, I got to get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's the natural reaction. I don't know why to this day they haven't been bothered to do it. That really does bother me. It almost feels a bit like entrapment.
Yeah. Quicksilver says, I use the copyright music all the time, never got a strike. They always put it in the description. Well, one thing, you might be lucky so far and you have used music where you actually have a share or they actually allow you to use it in certain countries. So you might have been lucky with that and that's why it appears so. And the other thing is it is a little bit of Russian roulette. Some big channels are using it or small channels and nothing happens. And someone just creates a channel, makes a video and they get a strike right away. So if you want to risk that, that's fine. It's up to you, but there is always a risk of having it. So unless you do it, you have to understand the consequences. So if you understand it, you accept them, then that's fine. It's your channel. Do what you want to do. But you have to understand that it can happen at any time. And even for your older videos, even the videos that are 5, 7, 10 years old, you can still get a copyright strike or claim years after. So just remember it.
And like I tell a lot of people, you got to realize that music is sold in bulk most times. And sometimes it's like just album per album. And I hear people saying sometimes, oh, it's okay because this band doesn't care. This band might not even own the music or they might only own half of the albums that they did. Yes, I'm dating myself with albums. But nonetheless, for sake of argument. And that stuff gets bought and sold all the time. And what is legal and they don't mind and they put a claim onto it or none at all, tomorrow is bought by another group that enforces it. And you wake up the next morning with no channel because you got hit with multiple copyright strikes through the night. Then you got a real battle on your hands to try and get it back. So remember, there is a lot of consequences with it, and what was legal and free to share 3 years ago can be gone tomorrow. Once you play with it, and this is not, we always talk about music and copyright. I just want to stress once again, remember, that's other people's videos, that's other people's images, that's other people's words. Everything falls under, when you're using something as somebody else's, you always open yourself up to the chance that you could get yourself into trouble on here. So just always remember that. It's not limited just to music. And I don't know if they're bringing this part over onto the beta. I forgot to ask if anybody's seen it lately. For now, this part here I think is still only available in the classic. This one, I don't know if they're bringing it over. I think it's too much work for them, and they don't want to be liable, and they're going to phase it out.
There is a way to get it from, but I can't explain it in a short way. So,
well, this here is a great resource. In the meantime, it will at least give you an idea. So, say like if I wanted to, because I always go with them because I know that's a good example. I'm going to type in a song that I want to use, and is it working now, or maybe they've gone and it's not working? There it is. So, say I want to use the song "Wasted Years" by Iron Maiden. I type it in here. here comes the list, and you have to make sure which version of it, because remember, there might be a different copyright holder for the live as well as the studio, etc. So then when you go and click on it here, playback blocked in 249 countries. Monetization, you cannot monetize your video, meaning if I went and did this song on one of my videos, most likely I'm going to get hit with a copyright strike. If you perform a cover, playback is viewable worldwide and eligible for revenue sharing. Now what that means is that's a copyright claim basically onto it. And on that one, they're willing to share some of the revenue with you, but understand most times they're only going to do that with bigger artists that have a real stake into it. So most times you're just basically going to say, you know what, they got the money and I got to use it and I'm good. But once again, so what if somebody else bought this this album tomorrow? This song, what you use one day was all fine, even a cover could give you a copyright. So it's always there. It's always lingering. You never know. Looking to see everybody that's even covering the... See, this song is not available for use in your YouTube videos. If you use this song, your video may be blocked or muted. So you get a good idea of what's going on here and what you can get away with. So you can go over top of it to Audio Library, which you can reach now in the beta at the bottom. And you can find songs in here. You can even search by attribution. And remember, attribution is really important, folks, because there's two types. Attribution not required means you do not have to put in the description a message stating who the music belongs to. You don't have to do any of that. You can just go and use it. And attribution required means you have to. And I'll take a song here. Guess who? Kevin MacLeod. So basically, you're going to have to copy this part here, the source and the artist, and paste this in the description of your video to be able to use it. So.
And Nomad Unbroken says you can click on the question, right-click on the question in a studio to unlock it. And I also posted a link which will bring you right to it. So if you click on that link and copy for yourself, save it somewhere, it will bring yourself right to it.
See, that's what I was talking about, guys. You show us stuff all the time. Love that. Love that. It's great to have you all in here. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Why do I have this?
One more question about copyright here. Has music, will you get a copyright or strike by it? It depends what kind of content you're using. Some you will get claimed on, some you won't get anything, and some you can get a strike on. It really depends on who is issuing it. It's up to them if they want to share revenue with you, if you want to leave you alone, or they want to just block you altogether and punish you for using their content. And therefore, you got to do your own research. If you do use it, if you choose to use it, because you can have either or, it really depends. And once again, you don't have to be monetized to get a strike. You can get strike for the first video that you ever put without any views ever. Even for unlisted things, you might get that sometimes. So just be careful.
In short, we get that question a lot. I'm not monetized, so does it apply to me? Everything on YouTube applies to you. Everything, except you just don't get a share of any profits, which is not much, but nonetheless. Everything, every rule, every guideline is for everyone, no matter your status on here. So, and like Xenia said, first day or 10 years and monetized or not, we all fall under the same game playing book. So
that's right. Yes, there you go. By the way, just a reminder for you, if you'd want to check out what to do if you get a strike or claim, you can check out the link in the chat. I will add those in our resource links down below after the live stream, as always. And update on the copyright, if you haven't heard that yet, has been up for a couple of months, about background music and vlogging and so on, also in the chat, and I'll add it into the resource links down below.
Well, folks, it's great to have you all in here, and I think it's time to find our winner, because we're going to jump into our topic and get this going. But it's already into a great conversation. There's lots more of that to come. So make sure to post your questions in the chat. Xenia will copy them over. We're just going to talk quickly about our topic very fast, and we're going to get right into your questions. It's great to have you all in here. So there's been some changes. We think it's a week tonight. I think we pretty much agree on to.
Yep.
Since we started the new thing, it was Xenia's idea. The last person in the chat gets a free shout-out. So, as a husband, I had to updo her once, so I had to put them together. So now we have two of them. 2 ways to do it. 2 ways. 2 ways. And we're going to find out our first winner. So if you didn't get to participate in this one, don't worry. We're going to be doing both of them every night. So, alrighty, folks. This is very shoddy right now. When I got Scrapping Irish, what's going on? Great to see you. All right, folks. We got 2 ways to get a shout out. This I just had to put together really fast. We had a bad storm here. It was an interesting day, to say the least. I didn't get everything done I wanted to, but It was an OBS day for sure, a real OBS day. So what we're going to do, folks, is we're going to have 2 drawings, okay? One has already been done, so we're going to go to the first one, and that's a random draw comment shout-out winner, and that is for last night's live stream. So there you go. I'm going to bring that. There you go. You see all the comments. And you can do the same tonight. You make sure to leave a comment on this live stream down in the comments section for your chance to win a random one tomorrow. We're going to be doing this each night. So, I forgot I had to close that. All right, that didn't work very well. Anyways, like I said, first night. It's my first day. There you go, folks. So it's time to pick from the ones that commented yesterday. I got the random comment picker here. Let's see who is the winner. Remember, one side note, it has to be an on-topic comment or we're bypassing. If it's just like 21, I watched in full, blah, 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 we're moving on. Rookie, exactly. Nervous Antiques, big time. Featherstone. I just got to make sure the comment is okay. That was something I never thought. Where are you, Featherstone? Where are you, Featherstone? Feather. Where's Feather? Like I say, this is kind of the trial one. How come I don't see Feather in here?
Well, I'm not sure.
Like I said, it's the first night. Featherstone, there you are. Much love from Pusa and much love from me. And it was really good stream tonight. Keep safe, everyone.
There you go. That is awesome. We have a special shout out of the day number 1, which is a lucky comment from yesterday's live stream by Featherstone. Featherstone is in the chat right now. So congratulations on winning our first random comment picker draw. We're going to continue doing that every day, guys. So please remember
we'll get better
that.
at this. I promise. I feel like public access television right now. Yeah, like that. Like somebody that just copied a tech show and tried to make one.
So there you go. If you just jumped in right now, we are randomly drawing a lucky comment from the previous live stream to see who is the winner of the special shout out. And number 2 is the last comment in the chat. That's right, live chat. Who is the lucky last comment?
All right. See, this one will have more after as well, I promise you. But right now it's a little less fanfare, but nonetheless amazing. Oh my God, Cassie's so sassy. What is going on? Wow, nice to see you. We got
Chris MG. Last comment in live chat. That was tough competition yesterday, guys. You were super active, but the last one on our screenshot is Chris MG. So congratulations to Chris MG and a special shout out link in the chat.
Oh my God, yes, Red Monkey Trucking. It is so Red Green Show. You nailed it. You nailed it. I love it. Yes. So congratulations to Featherstone and Chris MG. And you guys can participate as well. Make sure the last one to leave a comment in this chat tonight you're talking into right now. We'll screenshot it like we did here and tell you tomorrow night who won. And as well, make sure to comment in this live stream. Some of you already can. Some have access to it. Some don't for some odd reason. But if not, just come back after it's done. As long as it's an on-topic comment. No, I like 42 or... I watched in full, danced around, pulled my ears and all that stuff. Just something meaningful. That's all we ask. We're doing great, Leonard Che. We're doing great. We're just walking ourselves through this awkward mess. But it will get better. I promise you, I'll put an explosion in.
Oh my God, no. This is a serious event.
Hashtag more explosions.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, this is going to be happening every day. So we're going to learn as we go. 2 special shout outs every day from the previous live stream. So follow that up and keep chatting. The last comment today will be shouted out tomorrow, as well as if you leave the comment under this live stream after it uploads, you will be drawn by a random comment picker tomorrow during the live stream. We'll shout you out as well. Yes. Oh my. Well, trying to keep it serious here, guys. We are going to jump into the topic as well as
actually, I have a topic. I have a quick topic. This is a Tech Talk. It's not a statement on Tech Talk. YouTube thing. Now, you remember I said I was going to add an explosion, right?
Yeah.
Remember we've gotten a ton of yellow coins lately, especially whenever we talk about the platform and anything wrong with it?
Yeah.
We get yellow coins for talking about what's wrong with YouTube, but then we do the Pusa push where I spend 3 hours saying we're going to blow this channel up and kaboom that, and we're going to blow this out of the sky. green coin. I say YouTube has a little bit of an issue, and I hope to look at it. They yellow coin us. Good observation on the algorithm. Thumbs up, algorithm. You're doing one class act job. Just wanted to bring that up. So there you go. Oh, Xenia quit.
That's it.
Oh, God. She's getting something.
Well, I was asked by Hidden Numismatist here if we can show a yellow coin, and I can definitely show you something that you might be interested in. One of our viewers and a great creator here.
I was like, crap, she's
while
bringing
ago,
props.
Yes, I am bringing. Have sent us a coin. The Stacking Stormtrooper sent us one of 60 coins. There you go. With the Stacking Stormtrooper on it. It's quite heavy, I must say, and retails for around $120, he said. On eBay, he has sold it for. There's only 60 of these. This is number. 100. Sorry, there's only 100 of those. This is number 64. Nevertheless, there you go, Stacking Stormtrooper, and this is on the other side here, right here. You can see. So there you go for all those numismatist collectors. Check out Stacking Stormtrooper, sent by a viewer, great creator as well.
There you go, John Isabella. By the way, how you doing? Great to see you. How you doing, E-Man? And Winnipeg Carlife says, you just yellow coined yourself by Thomas. I went and checked. Not yet. Surprisingly, not yet. Brittany, how are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. So many great channels in here, guys. We're going to get into our main topic. It's only going to take a couple of minutes, and we're getting right to your questions. And remember, folks, there's no question too small. We don't have all the answers. We're not a guru. But together, we can figure a lot of things out. So feel free to ask whatever you want regarding YouTube and stuff. And I'm sure what we don't know, there's a ton of great people in here that have amazing answers. So
that's not yellow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay. You can look at it from a different light, and it's going to be yellow.
My wife sees the world in different colors sometimes. I was just smiling politely. Alrighty, our topic tonight, folks. Copyright claims on numbers. It's true, and you could be next. Sounds like a larf. Sounds kind of fake. Sounds kind of clickbaitish. Not quite. This is actually true. Xenia mentioned it last night. Just came up through, I forget why. I think somebody brought something up about copyright, and that's where I think it all hailed from, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
So, this one here?
Yeah. This one.
Or this
no,
one?
The other one.
Yeah. All right. You want to tell them about it?
Well, yeah, yesterday it came up as we were reviewing, I think, Magnolia Money YouTube channel, where she oftentimes mentions numbers in her title. So that just sparked my memory about it. It shocked quite many people in the chat. We decided to bring it back to you and explain for you what exactly does it mean. So Warner Brothers subsidiary, so Warner Brothers, as you know, the creator of all different TV shows and movies and all of that, they have subsidiary Outer Media Holdings, and they are actually the ones that own Crunchyroll, if you know all the anime, Full Screen, Rooster Teeth, and Crunchyroll Studios, and all of those. Well, they have their own subdivision called Full Screen, which, by the way, is owned by the TV host and producer George. Now I'm going to try to pronounce it. Stroumboulous. He's a TV host, as you know, for lots of political debates and interviews as well. Has a podcast. Well, he owns this Full Screen company, which actually provides tools, services, and consultation to content creators about social media. You would think it's a good thing. Well, the last month, numerous creators have been hit with copyright claims by this company, by Full Screen. And they have been hit with copyright claims, and some of them with the strikes containing the titles or anything in the video with the numbers 3, 32, 36, 50, and 65. And that's only the ones that have been reported. Who knows how many other ones are there? I don't know if you're going to show the actual email or not.
Yeah.
So it's actually is legit. People have been receiving emails where actually this Full Screen Incorporated, they are claiming or striking the channels for using 3, 32, 36, 50, 65, and other numbers in their titles or their content, which is crazy.
Yep.
But it's legit. Why it's legit? Because it's going around YouTube ID system. Content ID system is automatic. It's nothing that people are actually doing and claiming. You could just put your content that you think you own, and it automatically flags you. Well, that's exactly what is happening here. And I looked into if actually numbers can be copyrighted. And apparently, although separate numbers can't be copyrighted, the sequence of numbers can be. Did you know that? What? Some sequence of numbers can also be illegal, apparently. But we're diving into the subsection of this. But yes, in some instances, it can be copyrighted, which is not this. This is complete fluke and complete workaround with YouTube ID system. And we just wanted to make you aware, and that's why we mentioned it yesterday, that if you use any numbers in your titles, especially in titles, apparently it's also in the content, but especially in titles, if you're using it, you might be in danger of having a claim or even a strike on it. Now,
it's not a fluke. I want to jump in and just say one thing. It's not a fluke. It's an abuse of it based on a loophole that's lost in it. Like, I want to stress that because it is malicious. It's a horrible manipulation of the system in every shape and form. So
yes, definitely. And there is no reply from YouTube for it, really. There is no explanation. It doesn't seem that it has been solved out. The creators that have been publicly reporting about this copyright ID abuse from Warner Brothers, really, because they are the main company, they haven't got any reply, or they haven't got any reinstatement of their content. Now, if you do get a claim, you can remove the content that is copyright claimed by a company, so that would be easier. You can just remove it if possible, so then you don't have to share your revenue for nothing, really. Or but if you get a strike, and if you're a smaller channel, you get into the problems, because it is not so easy, to get out of it, really. Especially if you're a smaller channel like all of us here are. So we just wanted to make you aware, just for now at least. Let's try not to use these numbers. 3, 32, 36, 50, and 65. And as I said, those are only publicly reported ones. There might be some other ones as well. Who knows? So just be careful if you're using numbers. Think about something else that you can use instead.
See, the bad part about a copyright claim, what's so bad about it is a lot of people look and say, whatever, $2, I could care less. Okay. But if somebody gets 150,000 channels on copyright claim and everybody says, whatever, there's a lot of money to be made. A huge amount of money. Imagine if they made average $10 a month off each one of them. Just say $10 each. You do the math on 150,000. It's a disgusting. It's so disgusting, and it's such a low. And that's why I didn't want to interrupt you about it, but I did want to say that about it. I know the wording and why it was said, and I know you mean by the it's horribly manipulated, and it just seems to get worse on here. So
PixLB, I would remove it right now, just for the safety of your content right now. What surprised me when I was digging into this a little bit, that it is owned by George Stroumboulous, like it is owned by a public figure. It is not some kind of shady company.
That's what I was going to say. We're always picking on, it's somewhere out of South Asia, somewhere like that. This is not.
Exactly. I would like to know how they copyrighted the number. Well, it is an automatic system, like I said. If the companies are open to content ID claims on YouTube, they basically it's like a database. They give the information on what kind of content is copyrighted by them, and it automatically just goes through the content and flags it. And that's exactly what it is. Somebody did it.
Pretty much his team of lawyers looked at it and said, you know what, here's a loophole. Because usually how this is done is illegal. You get somebody, I'll give an example like Ben Sound. I love using his music, and I've used it many times. Then I started getting copyright claims, but it wasn't Ben Sound putting the claim onto it. It was some third party taking advantage of it because it was open to reshare and putting a claim on it themselves, which is fraudulent. So a team of lawyers looked at it and said, you know what, here's a way, and you know what, nobody else has a claim because it's just numbers. Here's your ticket. Go for it. That's exactly what most likely happened. They looked through it and just found a loophole because then there was nobody else having a claim on them, most likely. So they weren't really, per se, taking somebody else's work and taking the glory for it. So as a side note, you'll get that a lot of times. If you ever get a copyright claim, go and investigate whoever it's from. Go look them up. See if they have, a lot of times they'll have like a Facebook page with 2 or 3 posts that make no sense. Twitter following with 1,000 followers and 3 tweets in the last year. no real company website to go to. There's lots of ways to tell if they're fraudulent or not like that. So.
Yeah, Lodge here. Hello, by the way, is copywriting the sneezing sound
Yes.
here. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I'm copywriting breathing. I just was getting that in here. So now, God help anybody who takes a breath in one of their streams or videos. Xenia and I are going to get rich off it. You ready for the money to come pouring in?
No, I think you can use the I think you can use the word part of it. Not sure. I don't know. It is not legit what they are doing. So it's not like
There's no rule book to this.
There is no law about it. It's just the workaround that has been working for now.
That's the thing. When they manipulate once, there's all different avenues that keep playing until they play out those avenues, and maybe the avenues are infinite that they can play with. Who knows? Mm-hmm. You know, it's a real Pandora's box.
I'm surprised also that YouTube haven't come up with anything talking about that. Like, they're so late on this game. Like, guys, all of you guys know about all these bogus emails that have been going around, and the channels have been hacked and all of that. Well, that has been happening like for half a year already. Only like 2 days ago, they finally tweeted out what you have to do when it happens. Okay.
Actually, we changed our answer and we agree that YouTube does everything properly, and just thumbs up. You got this, YouTube. You're doing great. Please don't yellow coin us. We love you. You do everything immaculate. I'll just keep blowing stuff up. You seem to be okay with that one. So there you go.
Yeah.
Just wanted to put that out there.
So,
love you, YouTube.
We'll keep an eye out on any information that they might be coming up. I'm sure they're trying to fix their ID claiming situation in general because they're trying to give us more tools to deal with it. But I'm more worried about the smaller creators and the strike system that might be the result of this. So just keep an eye on it. Check out your content. We shoot ours as well, by the way, considering that we do have our interviews numbered. But you never know. You never know. You got to be peel your eyes and ears and peel your ears. Can you do that? Yeah.
We were going to say today our show is brought to you by the letter H and the number 7, but unfortunately they've just been copyrighted by Cookie Monster, so we're out of luck there as well. So,
yes. Thank you so much. Straight out of Funland. I put you guys in my channel trailer video. Wow, that is so amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. If you can tweet it at us or maybe DM us the actual link, I would really appreciate so we can check it out later.
Oh my God, Alexander Smith. Wow.
That is so amazing.
How are you? Yeah, thank you so much, Straight Up Funland. Thank you so very much. Do appreciate that. I'll check it out after the stream is over. I can't go live on my cell phone either. Oh, so okay. There you go. So we're in the cell phone questions. I don't think there's much else to add to that, I don't think.
Nope. That was quite shocking, but quite concise as well.
Dude, Family Chronicles, how are you? Welcome. And Irvin DePay Torres. Andrew, are you kissing YouTube's ass? I have to because we get so many yellow coins every time we say they do something wrong. I just want to play it on the safe side. So, YouTube, you're A-okay. All right. There we go. I think they're happy. I'll have to refresh and see if we got a coin.
Sanders says, Andrew is a riot. She's giggling. So.
Thank you. If it keeps YouTube happy, I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's right. Tham's World, what's going on? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to have you all in here, folks. The American Wanderer, Uji Sandraws. We got Lottery of Life, Game and Rubik's Liam. We got Graceful Spirit and Ray. We have Mike Campus in here. Welcome by. We have Daily Life and Nature, Skywatcher Sandra, MJ Unboxings here. Philip Cochran has got the tomatoes up. Papa Rome's. I just got in here while at work, and we'll have to rewatch the... Here, just hang out. You've been busy. Don't worry about that right now. Just put up your feet. Melly93 Eats, great to see you as well. Xavier's taking down questions. I'm just saying hi to some of you folks here. Nomad Unbroken Live. We got Game of Rubik's Liam, Willow Whimsy, Our Haunted Travels, Brady TV. We got Prez Fishing Club, Winnipeg Car Life, Alexander Smith, Thames World, Sean the Great Gamer.
Did you do
Perez
a shout
Fishing
out
Club.
already?
What?
Did you do a shout out? Or like a roll call?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I'm just catching up here.
Did I miss it?
My Cry for Help is in the house. What's going on, My Cry? Boxy Outdoors is in the house. Great to see you. Awesome Heat 25. Featherstone, who won one of the two shoutouts tonight, folks. Once again, a reminder. We didn't do it with a whole pile of fanfare because we're getting used to it. But we have 2 ways to get a free shoutout now at the beginning of each of our streams. One is to be the last person to say something in this chat when it shuts down tonight. And you can also put an on-topic comment in the comments down below, and we'll draw a random one tomorrow night as well. So there's 2 ways to get your channel shout out. And a big congratulations tonight for the random one was Featherstone for the comment in the chat, in the comment section. This is so confusing. And the last one for the comment in the chat section last night, the last comment was made by Chris MG. There they are, both there. And you could have yours tonight, folks. So make sure to hang around for that and make sure to leave your comment as well. 2 chances to do it. All right, folks, hit that like button, tweet it out, tell friends, all that good stuff. Great to have you all in here. Hope you're doing fantastic. And I guess we're time to get into the questions. What do you think? Secret illegal numbers. That's right, Philip. Ooh. Yeah.
Well, before we jump into the questions, and guys, you can put them in the chat. I remind you with @Push Studios, I wanted to remind you about a special discount and sale on our hashtag Blue Orange Rope.
Oh my God, that's right. Sell it, hun. Go for it. Run with it. Go.
That's right. We do have our merchandise, as you know, hashtag Blue Orange Rope in all our very traditional blue colors and little blue wrenches available on Teespring, as well as some of the items inspired by you. And we have added a monthly feature, and this month we have a feature of 2 special t-shirts, all inspired by you guys and the chat. And one of them is Trigger Happy white on black, available in men's and women's t-shirts. They're nice and comfy cotton t-shirts, available in extra large and extra tall. I think it's up to 5XL and XT sizes available, as well as the white one, the food court for your mind. That's a limited edition only during February. All new merchandise, as well as all the traditional merchandise, is available with 20% off just this month. Use code FAB20 by the end of this month to get 20% off. That we hope will outweigh the shipping costs for those of you outside of US. And check it out, because we're going to get rid of some of the items in March. So if you have looked into something, you want to get it.
My God, you're talkative tonight. Holy crap. I can't get it. I am just sitting at the edge of the road with my signal light on. Tick, 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 tick. Watching the cars go.
Where are
oh, there's a spot.
Well, where are you running? I don't understand.
This one here is actually inspired by another viewer. This is inspired by Our Haunted Travels, Sean. He was looking for something to wear on their next anniversary, and that's where we came up with this one. Sean, you're going to look sexy in this. Marianne's going to love you. She's going to love you in it. Fan of Light, what's going on? Good to see you. That's right. So big shout out to Sean. We love Sean. Sean's amazing. I'm always bugging Sean. He's always bugging me.
No, I have something else. Can I ask something else?
Oh my God, you go for it. Tick, 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 tick.
So we have our hashtag Blue Orange group selfies as well, and you can share your guys' selfie on Twitter with the hashtag Blue Orange group. Today is a special day for those of you that have pets and are pet lovers. Today is a hashtag Tek Talk Tuesday on Twitter, and I thought we could join in the fun. We sometimes do our special day selfies. So put a special selfie, put a pet of your choice, your favorite pet, on Twitter with a hashtag Tek Talk Tuesday, hashtag Blue Orange Troop out there, and we're going to share it during the live stream. Your favorite turtle, squirrel, cat, dog, whatever it is, a spider.
There's a place.
Put it out there. It's always fun to look at them. Thank you so much. My goodness. We're not a speed talker here,
Oh. Gotta keep it fresh, gotta keep it fun. Good stuff. You make good points, so you know what? Damn, you did a good job. Alrighty, folks, be nice, Andrew. Thank you, Herman, for keeping me on track.
See, Magnolia's money dog is Pusa famous now from the previous time we did this, so. Yeah, be nice. That's right, Phantom. Thank you.
All right, folks, let's get into those questions. You guys have waited patiently enough. Time to jump into them. All right, Xenia, you want to start us off?
So we had a question from yesterday here that from Elite Sewell that asked, what would you say is the best way to be productive on YouTube?
Stop worrying what everybody else is doing. Stop being a pain in the ass to anybody who's doing it, and just worry about your own channel. I followed through with Sunday. Honestly, the number one thing is, I really do mean that. The biggest, most productive thing is don't worry what everybody else is doing on here. And I'm not talking gossip-wise. I'm not talking honestly, focus on you, and almost every minute you're on YouTube should be solely and selfishly spoiled on you doing what you have to do on here for your channel. That's my answer. And I know that sounds kind of condescending, it sounds kind of trite, but it is what it is. It's so easy, and I find YouTube is becoming more and more distracting. That's why I hate when it's called a social media, because the more it would become a social media, the more distracting it would be from doing something proper on here. YouTube takes every bit of time and 10 times more that you can give. So use your time wisely. That's the biggest advice. There is always something to do on here. I put it like, I always compare YouTube to kind of like a homesteader. You know, there's always something to do. Well, it's raining. Okay, well, it's raining. It doesn't mean you go lay in the couch. That means you got to bottle something, you know. You got to fix something that's in the barn broken. There's never a time where you shouldn't be doing something on your channel when it's allocated here. And also, too, because that keeps you from spending too many hours on here that become dreary hours, which kills morale to do the stuff you got to do. Plus, keeps you from doing the stuff in real life that's important to give you the ambition to do things here. To be good on YouTube, you have to be good in life as well. You can't let life sacrifice to be on YouTube, or you're not going to be creative. You're not going to be inviting. You're not going to have all those things that make a good channel. So, food for thought onto it. I know it sounds like a bit of a smart ass answer, but I really do believe that. And I think it's only recently I've come to the conclusion. And yes, Sunday night was part of realizing that. And that's what I was talking about. It took a long time to really be able to put into words, not only to somebody else, but to myself, of what is the real key on here. You're going to hear this is important, that's important. Everything is important for your channel. So it's got nothing to do with, is it better to be seen, or is it better to work on your channel, better on the banners, better on the thumbnails, do some networking, the videos. They all matter. They all count. They all part of helping you grow. And to do that, allocate your time wisely to have those things taken care of properly. Then you're already way over half the battle. So, M. Langford, you're never late, and it's always good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing fantastic. Great to see you. Great to see you. PSPR Paranormal as well. Great to see you. And Raul Garcia. Folks, you're fantastic. If you haven't hit that like button, please do. It really does help out a lot. I thought maybe YouTube blamed it. Look at, I say one thing disparaging. That never happened tonight.
Yeah. And now it never happened today, and look at it.
Honestly, oh, it's gone now. Okay, it's fair. Okay, they took it back.
Flying with it.
Yeah, they took it back. All right. Yes, guys, we were trolled a little bit, and our numbers inflated the last couple of days, but actually not by much. Surprisingly, they were pretty good numbers, so just wanted to put that out there. We'll have the analytics out because we had to send them to YouTube anytime our channel's screwed with, so 2 nights.
Okay, and I see in the chat the answer to the question, and I love you guys' input here as well. And most of you guys say is concentrate on the content and don't look at your numbers, basically.
But okay, I want to just jump in on that one. I'm sorry, numbers are important. Now I brought this example. I want everybody, if you'll take one thing away from this and just try it, if you haven't already, treat your channel like a brick and mortar store. And imagine if you were to stand at that store counter and say, you know what, the store looks nice. Smells pretty. I got some good scent in here. I built a nice cute little display. It looks very rustic, but nobody walks in. Okay? That's not good for business. You have to care about numbers. Numbers are important. They're not everything, but they are important. And so is everything else as well. If all you do is care about numbers and you're running out giving flyers and telling people and grabbing them off the street and throwing them in your store and telling them get in, but you did that the whole time, and when they all walk in, there's nothing on the shelves. They're not coming back. There's so much polarization last year. You know why? Because there's a lot of money to be made in polarization, the same there is in real life. People are going to tell you, care about the numbers. Go, grab you up, grab them, you know, all that stuff. Yeah, okay. But then there's nothing there to watch. And the other side, too, where I've watched ones become Picassos and spend 12 hours telling, you know, you got to spend 80 hours editing on a video. Well, that's great and getting 21 views. They're all important. They all matter. Stop feeling like you got to pick between all these things and learn that it's a whole process, and every part of the process is important. And I'll tell you right now, even on the creative side, I put as much emphasis on the banner and thumbnails, about section, playlists properly taught as I do about the videos themselves, because that will help draw in more people. Now, be choosy about people that will know, like, go where you're going to get decent reviews, like people that actually want to see what you do. If you're selling fine in China, I wouldn't recommend you going into a biker bar and telling them what you got. So, just remember there's balance to everything. If you're going to spend all your time grabbing people, and you'll see it, there's a channel with 1,610 views, you know where they've been the whole time. And if you see a channel that is beyond spectacular, shining, glimmering, and it's been 4 years and they get 31 subscribers, you know what they haven't been doing. Balance, folks, balance. Don't worry about being polarized. Worry about the middle. The same as you would in real life. You don't, you're not supposed to eat more than one food group, the grains, the fruits, the vegetables, meat. If you are a meat eater, you know what I'm talking about. It's a balance. You can't live on it. One is saying to live on nothing but chocolate, and the other one is saying to live on nothing but diet pills. I mean, either one is bad for you when it's done. YouTube is like a monorail, and I've used this expression 1,000 times. Those guys don't do it to watch the train just go around the track. They do it because they love the process of it. They love building the track. They love building the scenery. They love the wiring. They love all those things about it. All that process is what makes that enjoyable for them. You have to love that on here. You got to look at the algorithm as a code. You got to want to crack it because you're never going to. It's almost like a belief system, and I don't want to downplay anybody about beliefs in that, but it is kind of way because until something drastically changes, we'll never know what's the right answer. All we've ever talked about in here, and all we've all been doing is just learning how to stack the cards in our favor as much as we possibly can, and that's as much as we can do. But there's excitement in that. How many people come in here when they finally do get something like that? I mean, they're beaming. I don't want to sound corny. You want to tell what makes this all worthwhile through all the garbage we sometimes have to go through and all here? Is when somebody comes in, they're like, oh my God almighty, you won't believe this. I redid all my tags and I researched it the first time and I've been digging and I got 150 views. I never had almost 60. That makes it worthwhile because they're getting the process. Now they're going to enjoy the process. It's going to help them promote that much more what they do. This is for balance. If it picks up you of anybody for balance, it's you. I just want to put that out there because I feel like a lot of people are just making money off of telling people it's one way or the other. And one's just as guilty as the other. One will swear there's no other way to go. Oh my God almighty, you tell someone about your video, you will explode. Gone. And the other one says, oh, no. Just tell everybody. But I got no content. Don't matter. Get them up. Grab them. Get content later. You know where that ends. Same thing. 2 booms. I had to get some. I'm in an explosive kind of mood tonight. I don't know. I'm inspired. I think I was working with that stuff all day here on the screen. It got me going. Got me revved. Got me psyched up. Balance, folks. Balance. If you can take one thing away from all this here, theatrics, balance. Don't put yourself in a vice. You know what you have to do. You know what stuff brings you to a channel. Now recreate it in your own way on yours. And remember, that all starts with originality. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Like I said a while ago, worry about what's missing on YouTube. That's the key to it. Worry about what's missing. What niche has not been filled? Because if you look at what everybody else is doing, everything's been done already. There's no chance. There's no creativity needed because you're going to see it as everything's been done. Look for what needs to be filled, what gap is missing on here, and become that. Fill that. Become the place where everybody has to come, including the algorithm has to send everybody to get information on that. Niche within a niche. It's your best chance, but nothing's guaranteed. Anybody promises you anything? Lying. There's so much luck involved in all this, it's not even funny. All you can do is stack the cards the best you can in your favor, and at least if luck comes around, you're ready for it. Biggest channel in the world can shout you out tomorrow. But if your channel isn't ready, you'll get a lot of views. And they tell them to sub, they'll come like sheep. They'll sub to you like crazy. And then after the 3rd video, when there's nothing there to see, they're moved on. The numbers go way down, and guess what? You're worse off than when you started. Because now the algorithm sees, oh, there was interest in here. They never came back. So really, this channel has nothing to offer, and they just stop recommending. That does happen to channels. That's why some big channels are scared of shutting out smaller channels now, because for some of them, it was their boneyard for them. It ruined their channel. So
what about the quality versus quantity on the content? Stupid Fast Truck is asking.
It's okay, but that all falls under. To me, quantity still falls under quality. Why would you put out a video that's not good? It's a simple question. All you have to do is sit down and look at yourself in the mirror and have an honest talk with yourself. But you do that if you had a business. Once again, a brick and mortar. If you were I try to think of everything on here as if it was my actual business with a storefront and that. I treat it the same way. And it's hard to do. It's not easy to tell yourself something you just worked on for 6 hours sucks. But if it does, it does. Look at tonight when we did the unveiling of the winners. That's what's running through my head. Suck. I got to fix it. I know I didn't have enough time today. But nonetheless, it's got to be dealt with. It cannot stay that way. That's a big point of it. So if you have, it's nice, like, if somebody says, I want to do 3 videos a week because it's important to do them scheduled. Yeah, it is. But if you can only handle 2, why do 3? Because in a couple of weeks, you're going to start missing the mark. The algorithm's going to not like you for that. You're going to start to get punished by it, recommend it less. Same as they say, 10 minutes or more is better. Great. If you can keep it interesting for 10 minutes. If you can't, no matter how the algorithm's looking at it, you're way better off with a 6-minute video or a 4-minute video that keeps people coming back versus putting out the 10-minute with 4. But there's you have to talk to yourself. There's you have to take the honest look. Sit back and say to yourself, if I went to channel XYZ's and they did that and tried to kill out 4 minutes, would I be happy? Would I want to go back? Would it make me angry? Would it make me hit the unsubscribe button? Very important questions. Somebody say, well, the big ones are doing it. Yeah, they also get a lot more leeway. They've built a following that's very hard to shake, and their audience is a lot more tolerable. But even them are very careful to try and not cross that line. They get more leeway than us, but they don't get a carte blanche. And you've seen it with some big channels. You've seen people attacking them that boring as hell now. This sucks. No energy, no give, no drive in what they do. Your audience calls the shots, so you want to keep them happy as possible. Why do you think when you guys are all in here, I'm always, me and Xenia, you guys say, oh, Pusa, you rock. No, you're the ones that rock because you're the ones that make. Because A, it's true, because without you guys, we wouldn't have a channel. And B, it's important that you guys feel important, because if you don't feel important, you're not going to want to come back. That is something that was so lost in here. We felt when we came into the scene was appreciation for the audience. It was almost like the host was a mecca. You're not here to kiss I'm here to make you guys happy. That's the thing. I'm not willing to bend on my channel and go down a road I don't want to do. But within our guidelines, we'll do what we can to keep you guys as happy as possible, because you're our best advertisement. Way more than the algorithm or anything else is you guys going away and saying, oh my God, I had such a good time at this channel last night. And, they say, a lot of times they say stuff like, and this is true, like, oh, the people are so friendly there and all that stuff. Yeah, because we work hard to try and make sure you guys stay happy, because you guys are the ones that greet them all and you're the ones that basically determine if they stay or go, way more than us. Because you guys have way more interaction with them than we do when we're doing most of our show. So we owe you guys a ton just for being in here. So that is something to remember. That the audience, whether it's a video or whether it's a live stream, great example with videos, because he's starting to do some live streams, but was Grime Finds. That guy was audience appreciation right off the bat. Any way he could get a message out to fans to tell them how amazing they were, how well they were doing, he did it. He was like they used to say with Bon Jovi back then. Bon Jovi was the stagehand's worst enemy, because if there was a ladder, they would climb it. If there was scaffolding, they would swing from it. Whatever is there, they use it to their ability. That's exactly what Grimes Finds is like. There's anywhere he can get out and get his audience feeling appreciated, he does it. And look at his growth. Went to 4,000. We met him a couple months ago, and now he's at 34,000. So...
Winnipeg Carlife added, could it be said it's about engagement? Then ultimately that is what your channel is all about.
Yeah, engagement is exactly what I was just talking about. Engaging for sure. I want to give everybody as much a chance to feel like they're worth the world, and they need that, and it's important for them as much as it is for us. Most definitely. I just always worried when the question comes up, and this is not picking on anybody, when one is more important than the other. That's why I jump in, because there's too many waiting and biting at the bit to tell you one is more important than the other. And I mean, in the end, you have to make a decision for yourself, but I truly believe, and that's been, I think it's fair to say, our case, is balance is what makes our channel work, because nothing gets neglected. It's so easy to just jump on one side, but if you watch most people jump on one side, I see them come back a couple months later and they're not as happy as when they left. It's usually not as fulfilling, and that's usually not as bountiful. I think there's a lot to be said for having all of your things taken care of, And networking, most definitely. We do the wheel without, I'll tell you right now, a channel, and you've seen it yourself. I'm going to bring one up in here right now as an example. You take a channel like Cardoso Media, when I bring them up, always get subscribers. Very rarely loses many of them, and they tend to comment on it. Why? Because he's got a good channel. So it's great to network, but you got to have something to offer. Once again, it's like telling everybody and having radio promotions and a guy in the street balancing a hot dog, whatever you can to draw people in. What is in the store once they get there? Is there something for them? Because remember, everything you make here is a product to be consumed. And that's why you can't ignore one or the other. Because on the other side too, imagine if it was a real store and you had all this beautiful product and nobody looking at it. That's bankrupt. The same as the other way. If you have a bunch of people standing there scratching their heads like, why did you drag me in here? There's nothing on the shelves. 2 boxes in the corner all wrapped up in construction paper. You know, try to make your channel the best boutique it can be. Boutique, because we're in the year of niches now more than ever. Packaging is everything. You've seen we've been doing a lot of work to our channel, redoing it all and that. And plus here, if you notice, between the border here, that's all around us, and I just added some new stuff in the last couple of days again. And then if you go over to our home page and compare it, I mean, everything is working in that same palette. Everything is made to reek of Pusa Studios because that's our job here. This is the only place on YouTube where we can shamelessly promote ourselves. And everything, thumbnails, the layout, the colors, everything is working around that over and over and over and over again. For that simple reason. But that's what branding is all about. Don't bother with the interviews. Those are all on their way to being changed very soon. But that's why we do it. That's exactly why. Everything is literally from eyedropper color codes to make sure everything is working with each other. So branding is very important. Start branding your channel as soon as possible. Logos are hugely important. And think of logos, what they're going to look like once they're on merchandise, because most of us want to eventually have some merchandise. And you can start that very early on. Do not make the mistake we did. We waited way too long. Once you're setting your brand, you got 200 subscribers, and your branding is good, and you got a calm layout, and you know this is what you want to do on YouTube, start branding it. Get some merchandise out there. Nothing too complicated. Remember, the logo from Google cost them $15 when they got it, and look where they are now. And there's many stories like that. Look at all your major brands. Major brand logos are not complicated for a reason, because they need to be seen on business cards all the way up to billboards, and they want it looking the same no matter what view you're taking of them. So, major brands. You know, when you're looking for something, right? You know how that usually goes. There, we'll just try. It's not the best of pictures, but anyways, in a pinch it will do. Like, look at all these. Like, most of them I've always said is 1-2 words, straight colors, quite easy, and you will know them standing 20 feet away from the aisle. And you notice when any of these brands have a display in a pharmacy, a grocery store, retail store, they don't just like, I'll put a blue down there, that's cool, even though their color was red for 50 years. That's not just red. That's a color-coded red for Coffee Crisp, for instance, that you're going to get actually a color code if you're working with that logo, and you have to use that exact color for print and everything. You can't just say, oh, well, I'll get something. Yeah, that looks kind of close. You can get a lawsuit over it. That's how much of a stink that large markets make over their branding. There's no half-assing it. They want the exact color codes used that are stated. They have books with them, all the sheets, and you got to go buy them or you suffer the consequences. And that's true. I've done it for years, and they don't take it lightly. Like even Marshall, like I said, Marshall amplifiers, we had a gold and a white. And it wasn't just, just grab a gold on the shelf. Even the white. The white is a color code. Don't ask me what it is now. I forget. It's been so long, but we had to use the color code. That's it. That's all. And if we got caught, that was enough to make us lose our contract for distribution in Canada. So treat yourself wisely. Give yourself the same respect they give their brands. You're just as important. You don't need to be as big as they are to matter. You already matter. There's already people coming to see what you do. That's yours. That's your identity. Be proud of it. And don't let anybody mess with it. Next question.
Adding to that, PJ Azurin asks, how do you balance reading all the comments?
That we're off and on to, and that's my goal to get better at again now. We're starting to pick up onto it. And there, like I said, folks, I've always been honest with you. There's something I feel we fell back onto, and that's part of why we're doing the promotions we're doing right now. Not just to get more content, but to get us reading more as well and back into them. It's hard, but I'm learning now not to put as much and just try to do them in intervals and not sit down and say I'm going to do all comments, because I found I got frustrated with it after a while, to kind of do them here and there. I like waiting for my son. I got to go pick him up from school. I'll sit down and answer a couple of them there while I'm waiting and that and stuff like that. Voice type is amazing. I got to say, it's helped me out a lot with that. Even though I got accused by one channel of saying that I was cheating by using voice typing, I thought I was actually giving more profound answers.
No, it's better to do copy paste from the text, right?
Exactly. I watched in full. I tapped my ears and spun in a circle, like 34. Next question.
But seriously, guys, voice typing is a huge thing that will make it so much faster for you. And I find it actually lets you leave better comments because it's your natural flow of the sentences, right? So you're more likely to leave on topic, nice, comments that are comments, not just copy pasting. Copy pasting, might as well not just leave a comment. I really don't agree with copy pasting comments, because what's the point of this, But it is very important. The comment section is super important, especially when you're just starting, because that's how you get your interaction rolling. It is important when you're growing, and if you have time, as much comments you can answer, the better it is for sure. And one of the tools definitely that Andrew helped me discover is the voice typing, for sure.
And it's you have to enable it on Windows, but then after that it's just Windows H to do it, and it gets a bit wonky after a bit. Another great thing to use, I always have an empty document in Google Docs. Go up to your tools and go to voice typing. Just bring that down anywhere you want. Oh, it doesn't really matter which one there. I wasn't planning to open that, but nonetheless, they're English Canada. I guess that helps with the A's. And you just click here and hello, folks, and welcome to the live stream, and hope you guys are having a really great time, period. This is an example of using Google Docs for voice typing. There you go. Just like that. And it works really good too.
Talking about comments, Conrosa Media reminded me something about comments here, especially if you're a new channel. You might not know that all of your comments might not show up on your comment section. So don't forget to check out your spam folder and the ones that are removed, recommended to remove. There might be some legit comments there by mistake as well. So just remember to check those comments once in a while as well. It's kind of like a junk folder where you don't really know. Sometimes some legit stuff might fall in as well. So check it out time to time. Branch Ariel says, I have answered every comment for the last 5 months.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
And Willow's Whimsy said, oh, I had no idea. Always learning. Yes, it saves you time a lot.
See who gave us $2 super chat?
Yes, cover your ears, guys.
Mr. Boom gave a super chat. That's right. Farmall Fanatic, what is going on? Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're doing fantastic. Thank you so much for that. Farmall's killing. There's a niche within a niche, folks. I use Cardosa Media lots of them. There's another one I've been using a lot lately. Is Farmall Fanatic, a niche within a niche. He's in the farming channel. There's farming, and then it goes to people that just specialize in tractors, and he's specializing in one brand of tractors. That's what YouTube is looking for today, folks. That niche within a niche. It's a perfect example of that. Good to see you, and thank you for the super chat.
And yeah, not all the comments that are in the spam folder mean that they contain a word that is spammy or that they copy pasted. Sometimes it's by accident. Sometimes it is something that triggered it. So it's not always, but it can be a feature, so to say, why it is there.
We read through them and make sure, because sometimes one does get by the goalie. One got through there that shouldn't have.
Yeah. And Split Screen Gaming League, yes, I noticed that as well. Update has made timestamps clickable in description section on mobile. Yes, finally, we don't have to do that to repeat the in description. If you add the timestamps, you weren't able to click it. If you're on your mobile, you had to do the double one on your comment section so people can do it through comments. Well, now, if you're on your mobile, you actually can do it from the description as well, which is great because we always go and can timestamp our themed and Tek Talk shows as well. So if you go back, you're actually going to be able to click on a timestamp to get right to the subject of whatever show you're rewatching. So thank you. Yes, I meant to say that. It's a great update. Love that. Okay, ready for the next question?
Let's do it.
Okay, so the next question was from LS Crew, who asked, so you cannot put numbers in the live chat now. Can you not put the numbers? Can you put the numbers in the live chat? LS Crew was asking.
Well, I never liked them anyway, so that will stick as an answer. That's a good reason not to, so there you go.
Now, I want to specify, it doesn't matter if you put a number as letters or...
Yes.
Or numbers is numbers in the chat.
Roman numerals, spelling them out anyway, numbers are numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we all know what numbers we're talking about, okay? It's just spam altogether. Just don't do it. Whatever way you try to work around it, there is no need for that. Nobody wants to know your numbers.
You know what? In some streams I get it. In some streams that's a turn on. Like certain bars. Some things go in one bar that doesn't go. Here, I'm going to tell you right now, for the majority, it turns people off. And lots of people message after, and I watch lots of people do it. And then I bring them up on the wheel at the end, and they've gained maybe 1 or 2 people the whole time because it turned them off. You're so much better off staying away from numbers, at least in here. I know that for sure. Most people get very turned off by it, so... like that one. I keep picturing things world laughing. I keep picturing him laughing now ever since he sent in that selfie. I see him every time now laughing like that. Hey there, the Trips. How are you? Happy Tuesday to you as well.
Some people are asking about the numbers in their names. We honestly don't know the answer to that. Like we said, it was a workaround of illegal copyright claims and strikes from the company. It has nothing to do with actual law. So who knows how do they do it? I don't think so, but we don't know because it is not something that is legal or by law or by YouTube. It's just the way it is happening right now. So it's up to you what you do with it.
YouTube is not hot on the case. Let's just call it that. So there's no definitive answer onto it.
How about using Roman? How about using
I just said
Roman
the beginning. I just said that.
Yeah,
Stay away from it. Stay away from it.
Okay. Yes. The next question was from Quicksilver. I always use all kinds of music for my flight videos. All is copyrighted music, and it shows the copyright when I upload. Yet I never get a copyright infringement. Well, I think we already answered that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Playing with fire, best to avoid it whenever possible. All right, and Mr. Langford, you have a fantastic meal. It's always great to see you. Always. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yeah, but like I said, Sams, it might be different ones. Who knows?
Yep.
Yeah, change your date of birth now. Oh, my God. Okay, so Karine Torres asked, I can't go live on my cell phone. What do I do? If you're under 1,000 subscribers, you can go live on your cell phone, and it is legal. You can use third-party apps. So it is okay with YouTube. You can use DU Encoder. You can use Streamlabs or any other apps that are allowing you to live stream through YouTube. The only way you cannot live stream is using YouTube app if you're under 1,000. Other than that, you can go ahead and do it, and it's all legit. And
makes so much sense, doesn't it? Way to go, YouTube. You're doing great.
So many people, once that law came out, people were like, I need to get to my 1,000 because I can't stream. No. You can't stream. You just have to use a different app for it, okay?
Thank you, Mr. Langford, for leaving us run while he goes for dinner. I just had to say thank you.
Bon appetit.
Enjoy.
If you're somebody who is over 1,000 and they haven't got their access to the mobile streaming just yet, it is a popular glitch all the way. It's for... I don't know how many channels now already have messaged us with this problem.
Yeah.
It is widespread problem. It is a glitch. It's nothing to do with you. Usually it takes around a week or 2 to get that. If you don't, you're in the same glitch as many people. They know it. They acknowledged it. They're trying to resolve it. So just patience in the meantime. Use a third-party app, and it's as easy as that. Yes. Of course, you can use a different app. Yes, definitely. You can do it. There's tons of them. They're free. Streamlabs is great one. DU Encoder is great one. There's tons of them. These are only 2 most popular ones. But
I don't want to discuss why they stopped it because it won't help us in the chat. And please don't put the answer to it if you know it. It's to stop bad things from being broadcast live. So good on them for letting third-party apps take that on that one. Another way they've solved the problem. I love you, YouTube. Love you. Jeez. Okay, next question.
Next question. Audition draws. Well, it kind of was a comment. I thought you could react on that one. There you go. Pixel P is using Prism. That's also great.
There you go.
So the question, more of a comment, was from Audition Draws. Andrew, it kind of makes you wonder if it's worth it sometimes. So many hours of work and effort that can be just handed over to someone else taking advantage of the system. What do you think about that?
I want to get the handover part so I know what to answer properly. The handover.
Well, if something changes and it can be handed over or deleted, or the channel altogether can disappear. There's so many ways how
to
your
lose your
content,
channel or get in trouble. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's worth it.
That was the thing I brought up about Linus Tech Tips many times. Imagine a guy that's on here right now with 10 million subscribers, has over 30 some people working for him. How much is at stake? And now, yes, they've diversified more, and he's doing some production video, and they have flow playing and that. But for a long time, and he's one of many. Their whole life, we worry about it so much as a pastime on here, or a supplemental income at best. But imagine the people that have put everything, and they're like responsible for 30 some employees from a platform that they have no more rights to than you or I. It is a gamble. This is a gamble. If you were to go to a bank manager and say, I want to take a loan out, I want to start a business. Oh, really? That sounds interesting. Why? Well, I want to go on YouTube. Oh, okay. What's the terms in that? Well, the terms are all to protect them. There's zero for me. They can abolish my channel at any time without warning. And as well, I'm getting, I could have everything from trolls to hackers to system glitches. Like there's a channel that won, what was it, 600 and some thousand when she lost it? 600 and some thousand subscribers, and one day her channel was gone. And she doesn't have a channel to this day. She had to start over. She's probably, I think, 150 or 200 or something?
Yes.
But she had to build it back from scratch. She had to build a new channel. 600 and some thousand. Gone. We don't know what happened. And they honestly don't know. Maybe a server migration and something went wrong. Remember, everything we do in here is nothing more when it's said and done than a digital footprint. And that's exactly what happened, and lost everything. So it is volatile. It is a question that is very fair to ask. Is it worth it? For sure, it's a good question to ask yourself. Depends on where you're into it and what you're willing to put your neck out on the line for, because it can... YouTube is subject to change without notice. Exactly. Everything that's in the terms of service to protect YouTube. It's not there for you. There is nothing in there that's for your protection. Jackknife Finnegan, how are you? Great to see you. Nacho Rolling as well. How are you? That's the short truth of it all. And even as a hobby, even if you didn't care if you ever made 5 cents of it, it's another thing too. Put all that work into it, one day it could be gone. It's possible. We've had people in here that have lost their channels, been hacked, just like that. No more rights to their channel. So,
what I would suggest in that matter, though, is that's why we always promote to be on multiple social platforms at the same time. I know lots of bigger gurus say, start with YouTube and don't put your social medias there. We really disagree with that, exactly because of this. No, you can't dedicate the same amount of time for YouTube and every other social media. It's impossible, especially as you're learning to do that. But I would really suggest to have 1 or 2 secondary social media channels where you can connect with your viewers. Because if you lose your channel, at least there is a way for you to connect with your viewers outside of it, and maybe try to get your audience back, try to put the word out what happened. Otherwise, if your channel is gone, that's it. You have to build everything from scratch, and building the audience is super hard. So why to do that work again? Put Twitter, whatever it is, chat groups, whatever, where you think it matters for your channel, make it a point to connect with your viewers outside of YouTube as well, so you don't lose it altogether. A great example was when YouTube was down one of the times. When it was down, we went live It went down. We went live on Twitter because that's part of our viewers are there. Twitter went down. And then we went live on Instagram.
We were like Winnie the Pooh digitalized. I kid you not, just from house to house. It was unbelievable that night.
Yeah, exactly. But we already had these platforms already up there for our viewers to connect with us, right? So I think it's super important to do that. It is, especially nowadays, when you can lose something in an instant like this. And getting that audience is the hardest part. It's not the building channel. It's the audience part that is the hardest.
And as you were telling it, because he didn't hear you, he was typing it. You know, I talked a while ago about how important it is to make your audience feel appreciated, how they're a part of something. Nomad Unbroken Live. Yeah, Pusa is. And like when YouTube shut down, we went to Twitter and then Instagram. Do you notice he used the word we?
Yeah. I
He didn't say you guys went. He said we went.
Yeah.
And I know you didn't purposely say you were writing it. And that's exactly.
I also said too, we bounce from platform to
there
platform.
You go. Exactly. And there is proof right there why it's so important to appreciate the ones who keep you on here. There it is. And I get tingles. And I don't say that very often. I get tingles when I see somebody feeling that they have this much of a share in what we do. It makes it worthwhile. It does so much. I kid you not. I just had to put that out there. What an amazing example of something we talked about 20 minutes ago. And thank you so much, Cardoso Media and Nomad Unbroken and anybody else who feels that way. Always appreciate you guys. You made my night right there. You really did. We. That's right, Thriftly.
That is awesome. But definitely realize which is your primary hub. Like if you are on multiple platforms, think about which is your primary one, because that's the one that you should put more dedication on, more time, more self-education on how to build it and so on. So the rest of them are there. Like for us, YouTube obviously is the primary one. Twitter is the secondary one. And we do have other platforms as well. But we don't spend as much time in learning the platforms or being on the platform, other platforms than Twitter and YouTube, let's say. And Twitter is the secondary one, obviously. So kind of like build that hierarchy in your head. What is more important ones? And it's also everything counts. And somebody said in the chat earlier, every little thing counts. Every share by you guys, every share by us, every like will count towards possible view, towards possible subscriber. Why not to use it? Why to limit yourself to, well, okay, I will just gonna trust where YouTube suggests me. It's so foolish in a way, because first of all, you don't know if it recommends you, especially at the beginning. And why to lose that possibility of open doors and exposure to the more people that's as possible,
Even though we're a YouTube channel, and I'm not a fanboy of Twitter, I've always said that, our Twitter channel alone is worth its weight in gold to us. That's a lifeline channel right there. If something ever happened, I mean, all of our stuff helps. But Twitter and I think Discord now as well on the top part. So Discord and Twitter, I would say, is the two main ones.
Yeah, thanks to you guys, we have built pretty great group of people on Discord as well. Sometimes it's more active, sometimes it's not. It depends on the content that's going on as well. But we definitely can connect with people there. And if there's any questions, people jump in. It's great to do that. It's a great way out in case something happens.
Hack Road Freedom, great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic, buddy. Welcome. TriStar Travelers in here, a channel we knew from way early on as well. Said a couple minutes to come in and say you were so kind. It's so great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Folks, if you haven't hit that like button though yet, please do. It really, really does help out a lot. It makes an enormous difference. So if you see that thumb gray, you can turn it blue. That makes all the difference in the world. Twitter is still so out of my realm for some reason. I try to find myself just Twitter is a hard thing to bond with, to connect with. It's a very it's its own beast. We'll call it. We'll call it that. It's its own beast for sure.
I would suggest if you do use Twitter to use hashtags. It's better to use 2 hashtags or 3, not more, because the less engagement, the more hashtags you're using, in fact. But hashtags, otherwise it's not seen by anybody except for the people that follow you. So definitely use hashtags.
Drive Shaft Drew, quick hello. Can't stay off to bed early tonight. Work in the morning, but thumbs up shared my Canadian buddies. So fantastic seeing. I've been meeting more Canadian channels, and I'm starting to work them all together. I got to start getting all our Canadian ones together. I got to figure something out in here. There's just too many great channels getting us all to know each other. It's amazing for the second biggest country in the world, and we're such a small population. Side note. well, we're the second biggest country in the world landmass, but the total population of Canada is equal to California. One state is all of Canada. But then comes the other myth that we all know each other. We don't all know each other. I wish, but not yet. Not yet. Preach it, Ksenia. There you go, Lady BASMR. You don't get to preach it one as much. There you go.
No, yeah.
There
and
you
I'm
go.
very super passionate about Twitter. And like
That's
I said
right.
yesterday, we learned from Art to Morbid that sharing at the beginning of our channel on YouTube, when we kind of reborn of our, there happened to reborn of our Twitter account as well, you got to share other people's stuff as well, not only yours, kind of don't be selfish. and definitely use hashtags. So we might talk about that in a separate live stream as well. I have a little bit here preps that I have done, but we haven't really planned the exact date, but we have a theme ready for you guys for social media using as well. So we're going to jump into that a little bit more in detail during that.
Just want to say hi to Jason Childers Gaming. How are you? Great to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic. Backroads Freedom. I forget if I said hi to you, but you know what? I'm going to say hi again because I want to make sure, because I think the world of you. Always a pleasure to see you, bud.
Hi.
And Polly's in the house. Another channel from the very first live stream, Polly Bear Adventures, who put Polly in the name because he was so sick of us calling him Polly and not letting him move on with his new channel name.
Yeah.
We're honored that we were such a pain in the ass. You ended up throwing Polly in there. It means the world to us.
And never selfish. Oh my God. How many shout outs you have done for us on his channel alone?
How many friggin' chocolates have you sent from Hawaii to us? My God almighty. And you're the polar opposite. Yeah, you see? Polar bear? Polly?
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah. Polly bear? All that stuff. You're crazy, man. You're one of the most unbelievable people I ever met.
Jay's World, hello. How are you? Yes, Troy Star, it's Polly. I know.
Isn't that awesome? Great to have all you guys. It means a lot to have you all in, and it's just that extra little ice in the cake to have the ones that have been with us. It's almost, folks, 2 years on this Thursday will be 2 years since we started back at YouTube with 2 channels, 2 videos, 42 subscribers, a dead channel. One channel, 2 videos.
By the way, there's going to be some
42 subscribers.
awesome things coming up on Thursday, so stick around, wait for those notifications and
Yes.
announcements. There's going to be some interesting stuff on Thursday to
That's
celebrate
right.
our 2 years.
And Farmall Fanatic was a very early on guest of ours as well. And I remember looking at Farmall had a bigger channel than us. My God almighty. I think Farmall was at like
Oh my God,
3,500
yes.
or something.
When we interviewed him,
Yeah.
yes, he was
one
a
of the
huge channel.
He was like if not mistaken, one of the biggest channels we ever had at the time on.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes, definitely.
If
He
not
was
the
a
biggest.
huge channel at the time. Definitely for us, we were just starting.
Yep. No, it was. That's how we kind of met him. We met him through. Yeah. we'll save that topic for another day. But yeah, we met, and yeah, he was one. I think he was our biggest.
Anti-opera movement. We met him. Yes. So we did the interview with Farmall a long time ago.
He got us a lot of views. We got 368 views, and that was on June 22nd, 2018, and he was number 74.
The farm, neck down part, you kind of need to keep yourself in a little bit of shape. The farming I do. And I heard you talking earlier about, wow, these guys, they're in the corporate farms, they're out in these $550
Wow.
tracks.
There's going to be a lot of that on Thursday.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even know I told Firm all that. Yeah, I'm sure he was the biggest channel we ever had at that time.
Oh, yes. I'm sure, 100% sure, guys.
I think he was around 3,500, and we had on Dr. Stein Egbert, it was like 3K. So,
Yep.
yeah, I think he was the biggest.
Yes, definitely at the time. My God. And some of the interviews, guys, have been blowing up lately. So that, especially Dr. Ekberg. Yeah.
And if anybody watches back then, our intro song for all those interviews you start live stream on, those were open to public, and then they became copyright. So we got copyright claims on all of our first season.
So we had to go manually and remove it. And back then we didn't have the new editing like it is now. So you had to go and manually remove it, every one of them. That was some hundreds of interviews.
Yep.
Yeah. Are we doing any more interviews? Brand is asking.
We're looking at something coming down the pipe to do things a bit differently. So it's not a yes or a no. It's probably, but in a different way. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. Changes are afoot.
We at the time we stopped doing them because it takes a ton of time to prepare the way we were doing them, and we were doing them 5 times
Yep.
a week and then 3 times a week. And logistics of getting in touch with agents as we were going with more and more bigger YouTubers and celebrities is just unbelievable. There's only 2 of us.
Yeah.
So therefore we love them, but it just takes so much time if we're doing other things as well.
Farmall's agent was the worst. We had to fight with him for months. Farmall wanted big bucks or he wasn't going to show up. I'm just
You know
kidding.
what?
I'm just kidding. I'm just
Speaking
kidding. For
about
anybody,
interviews-
he knows I'm joking, but God forbid somebody's going to run into a live stream saying he wanted money. So no, Farmall didn't want money. It was a joke, and scared Xenia so much he just went and
Yeah.
threw the keyboard across the floor.
Speaking about interviews,
Whoa!
you know what's,
I don't
you know
feel
what
safe.
surprised
I
me
need
the
an
most?
adult. You're angry. You're throwing keyboards. Whoa!
You know what surprised me the most is doing the interviews with small YouTubers like mid-sized, big, and celebrities. The ones that gave the biggest trouble is the mid-sized YouTubers. Okay, not the smaller ones, not the ones with millions of subscribers, not the celebrities that have millions of dollars and work in Hollywood, but the mid-sized YouTubers that has full of themselves and take months to get an interview ready or even to get any answer. You know, it's just so weird. The entitlement sometimes.
Well,
here,
that's
guys.
like when we had on Polyvlogs. Remember he said no brown M&Ms in the bowl, or he wouldn't come on. He was very.
Well,
strict.
no, he said only brown. It's bare. You don't remember?
You see, you're getting it all Eastern European style now. You're not making a bit of sense. You're scaring Polly off. He's upset now. Same thing as the night of the interview. You got him scared. There's Polly. There he is. Polly, he wanted money and big cash.
Polly was one of the winners.
That's right.
Winners. He's actually was a winner for our 5K shout out, wasn't it?
Yep. And he still wanted money. He wanted it in escrow. That's all he talked about was escrow.
Yeah.
There was something afoot. Might as well get some good rumors going tonight. Farmall and Polly are just out for cash on YouTube. That's right. There you go.
Carol's Daily Sauce. Hello, how are you? It's Tuesday Tech Talk and a little bit of throwback. It's going to be a real throwback Thursday. I just thought of that. A real throwback Thursday on Thursday. Oh my God, he's again flopping my jokes. Okay.
What guy?
Continue on.
Yeah.
Let's continue on.
Every guy gets excited over Throwback Thursday. Project. There you go.
No, but it's
I'm a cash ass.
it's coincidence.
Oh God almighty.
So many oldies here tonight. Yeah,
I love it.
so many.
Love it. It's great to have you all in here. This is awesome. This is one of the best.
Painting the Roses Red. Hello, good to see you
Hey.
as well.
Welcome.
We're going into oldies.
And a lot of people are going back to watch our very first one we ever did.
Oh my God, this is so awful.
I hope we don't disappoint.
Yeah, and if we have some technical difficulties,
Oh, I know what you had in your mind right there.
Yeah.
Hear out the
Bear
words.
with us. I promise.
the orange wall, the
Yep.
epic orange wall.
It is fun, and I mean, it's
I look like David Suzuki.
creative movement. Give us a little more calm.
Oh God, there you go. Oh, that's worse than a curse word. My
That's
apologies.
our very first live stream.
Whoa, that's a naughty word. That shouldn't have been in there. Oh. There we go. Well, that was fun looking back at. Gotta go. I gotta go do a little more censoring.
Yeah, that was 29th of March 2018. We went live to celebrate our 1,000 subscribers because back then you could only go live when you had 1,000 subscribers, no matter mobile or in general. You just couldn't go live if you didn't have 1,000 subscribers.
And if you were wondering, folks, when you were looking at it, this is what I was talking about. There's me, and there's David Suzuki. Me, David Suzuki.
Pixel B is asking, "Oh my God, how young you're there?" It's only 2 years ago. So I
Oh
don't
my
know.
God. Xenia always looks youthful, looks young.
Yeah.
I look like I'm ready to
I don't know.
tie myself to a tree and block an oil pipe somewhere. Listen.
How long were you nature?
79 years and counting. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's going to be a little bit more of that on Thursday, as well as some huge
More
announcements.
David Suzuki. Great.
Yes, David Suzuki is coming back. Visit us on Thursday.
That's right.
And some major announcements coming up on Thursday as well. So tune in on
That's
Thursday.
right. I'm gonna go and protest. There you go.
Yeah, I thought it was the train channel.
Yeah.
Exactly. What a disappointment, Philip. I know.
Oh, you guys in the train videos. I know. There might be something coming up about that very soon as well, too. Where I don't know if it'll be announced on Thursday night. but something coming up about that stuff in the near future as well. So
Are you gonna show something else, or are we answering the questions?
I don't know. You're the one running the show. You're the one telling me what to do. You're the
I
manager.
don't know. I'm asking
I'm
you.
just along for the ride.
I'm along here. I'm a sidekick.
This is the one though that people most remember. I think most people remember me for. I'm not playing the whole thing. This was my first jump to meet a lot of the people that we know today, I would say. Out of them all, this is probably the
You're
most.
the conductor?
Yes, I think so. Yeah.
And what's your name? Roland LeBlanc? And your name, sir?
Terry Court.
Terry Court, the engineer.
Jumped out ahead a bit. Yeah, Cardoso, that was great memories. My eye being welded shut with fake eyelashes. Yeah. This is actually where I grew up in eastern Quebec, and there was a windmill train. And this is one of the videos where most of the people that are here tonight from way back when remember me from probably the most. So. I haven't seen this in forever. I even forget myself that I did these things, to be honest.
Yeah.
That was a long time ago. A long time ago. So yeah, there you go. A little bit of memory lane. Maybe we'll do some of that Thursday too, off and on.
Yeah.
Yep.
So there you go. A little bit of trains, a little bit of throwback, and lots of amazing people in the chat, new and old.
As long as there's no throw up, we're good.
Yeah.
All right, next question.
Today's Tuesday Tech Talk. Just a reminder for you, and we get to answer your questions in the chat.
Oh, Pixel P, you're so sweet. You're not old, and you're just a great fit. You're one of those amazing people.
Yeah, it feels like you've been here forever, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, talking about Pixel Pia, she's asked, what is your number one tip for creating a good live stream? Oh. Oh, you touched on a good subject here. Oh. Do you want to take this
A
one?
good live stream is when it makes sense to what you do. I'm going to hold back, and I know Pixel P has their own lives. You know what I'm talking about. This is not connected to you, but it does the other night. Too many have been running to live streams too often. You're not in that boat, so I just want to say it as a disclaimer to everybody out there. You do not need to do live streams to grow your channel. They can hinder your channels a lot more than help most times. But if you are doing a live stream, make sure it's got a good topic to it. It ties into what you do. Have a beginning, a middle, and an end. I think that's the biggest piece of advice I like to give people about live streams. And it sounds, once again, so trivial, but it's true. Have a beginning, a middle, and an end. So many people get on and you wouldn't do a video like that. Well, we're just going to start recording and maybe I'll end it in 7 hours. Have a point to it. Have a focus to it. A beginning, a middle, and an end. A hook, some point to be tackled. Bearded Picker is fantastic at live streams. It's such a great example of somebody doing a live stream within their niche. He is really top notch. They got a topic they talk about because they're all pickers. They talk about selling on eBay, for instance. And I remember one time I went in, there was a problem with eBay forcing them to go with a certain kind of shipper, or Amazon. And that's what they talked about. 200 people in the chat, 4 that come in pretty much the same ones each week. Now and then they shake it up a tiny bit. But they stayed on topic. They still did the odd joke. They weren't like stalemate about the whole thing. But they had a purpose, and when it was time to end, it was time to end. No matter, it's hard to end when there's 60, 100. Believe you me, it's hard. You get 135, 140 in the chat, and you know it's time to end it. It's hard. It's easy to sit and say, oh, you got to end it. Yeah, it's not so easy, but it is important. You got to leave, like any good rock band or any country band or anything like that, you want to leave them wanting more till the next time. Don't tire out your audience that they get sick of you. Know when it's time to go off and live to live stream another day. Hey there, Miss Green Thumb. How are you? Great to see you. Always great to see you. Polly Bear, having Pusa Stews on your live stream, Pusa. That makes a good live stream. Thank you so much, Polly. You're too kind. Oh, my God. You spoil us rotten with words and everything else. Oh, you guys are awesome. What's the next question?
Next question here is from Magnolia Money, and she actually posted it on Twitter because I had a hard time being kicked out here from the channel.
Oh, jeez.
My chat keeps messing up, but have you guys done a live on watch time questions? If not, I'm trending almost parallel with my sub count, but any extra advice? It would be nice to hit them semi-close together, the watch time and subscribers. How can we do it without being forced to do live shows?
To get the subscriber part up more? Is that what she's
The watch times.
The watch time?
Yeah, because more often people have the subscribers and not the watch time. Sometimes it's the other way around, but mostly they get the subscribers first and watch time after. So how to get the watch time faster? Like what to do to get more watch time?
Honestly, the first thing is if you're up on the watch hours ahead of your subscribers, kudos to you. That means usually you're doing something pretty good. That's usually a fundamental way of telling how a channel's doing. Their watch hours up. I know there's exceptions to the rule, but per capita, that you got something going there. To get up watch hours, premieres can do it. Playlist, I cannot stress enough, but I feel like a broken record, and I don't want to say them, but playlists on your homepage make such a gigantic addition to watch time. They help so much with it because you're putting it right in front of everybody in categories that they can understand. And whenever they click onto, if they like what they're doing, they're going to keep watching more of your stuff. The problem with videos that come any other way is when we're a size that we are, most likely another channel is going to come up. Say I watch, I don't know. I'm just looking at one. I'll take Nomadic Van. Say I watch one of his and he's talking about van life, okay? Hey, he's doing a really good job. Hey, this channel's pretty good. But unfortunately, most likely after most times, it's going to be, unless I watch a lot of his stuff, most likely it's going to recommend somebody in the same category but has 200,000 subscribers. And you see it's branching me away from it. When you put them on your homepage, if say somebody ends up watching 5 of your videos, well, the algorithm's already starting to see, hey, this person's got an interest in what you do. So the next time they go on and they go to their homepage, there's a better chance that one of your videos is going to be up there, but you've already gained 4 or 5 views from them. And yes, it's important to have good engagement, but sometimes two people watch and then they forget, the wife calls them, they got to go for groceries, whatever the case, and they forget it running. And they might run 45, 50 videos of yours. Well, that's all good watch time. That's helping towards it. It is watch time in the algorithm's eyes. It does count. I'm not saying to cheat the system, and please, for the love of God, don't make finger, pinky swears that you're going to watch each other's stuff all the time. We're not Oprah. It's not book clubs, and it's a pitiful way to grow. That's just as bad for sub, by the way. It's horrible because then it means, okay, these 7 people keep watching in rotation. We don't need to recommend you to anybody else. There's only the same 7 people watching you. Don't do that. It's horrible. Help somebody out if they're close to it. I get that. Go jump in and get them over it. Fine. It's a one-time thing. But even that can hurt sometimes too because there was so much interest put into it and then it pulls back right after. The algorithm can say, oh, great, you're over, but you notice people were watching you, now they're not here anymore. So even that, do with a grain of salt very sparingly. But I really do believe in having playlists on your homepage. I really do.
Willow Whimsy was sharing, and thank you so much for the feedback. I took your advice on playlists months ago, and what a difference it made just in watched videos alone.
Nice.
Thank you so much, Willow Whimsy, for sharing that.
Appreciate
and yes,
that.
it definitely helps it for sure. Pixel B said, I have had 56.9% views through YouTube search in the last 28 days. Is there any way to find out that leads to subscribe? Yes. Message me. I can't do it by heart, but there is. Message me on Twitter. Okay, next question here is from Pixelpia asked, I have finally ordered a new computer and will start using it for my live stream. Should I do some test runs on a separate channel or do them on my live channel?
What are you running? Streamlabs? I forget now. But I mean, with all of them, you can pretty much run them at full force. You're going to see how it runs. I'm sure you're going to have no trouble with it. You shouldn't have any issue, but you could just try opening up your Streamlabs, running through it just to see. It's just then it's on the amount of your connection. If it's running on your computer, fine. Same as like OBS. I can open up OBS, run my whole system. The only difference is I'm not broadcasting it out. But you'll see if there's any glitches or anything like that. After that, then it's up to your internet connection. I use my phone now, so I have to learn. Oh, well, learn like that. Definitely. Just don't go live. Just don't go live. That's all you got to do. Just try it out that way.
Hamilton Homegrown, any advice? Well, I just quickly looked at your channel. You have pretty good views compared to your subscriber count, so you're doing good on that. I would suggest you, though, you have a lot of live streams that are 21 plus and 18 plus. If you actually do have them as 18 plus and 21 plus, you have to mark them as such. Otherwise, you'll get a community strike from YouTube. So if you do have content that is only for mature audiences, you have to mark it as such. With that, you will lose monetization for it as well. So I would really double think about that. You have a lot of them here. I don't know if there is a certain reason why you're doing it, but if you're marking it in a title, that doesn't give you a carte blanche from the YouTube community guidelines. You have to mark it, so they actually don't let people go through without clicking, a certain link. So just FYI for you. And the way how you can grow subscribers, if you are not catching up within your views, is prompt them to subscribe at the beginning of your show or the beginning of your video. Don't wait only till the end. Like, do it both ways, at the beginning and at the end.
Yep. One can be you talking if you want just a quick little blurb, be like, this on today, and then it jumps to you. Guys, don't forget to hit that like button, blah, blah. Another one, too, is just to slide up something like an icon of a subscribe with a click onto it or a bell. Any kind of call to action like that is really good for getting people to hit that button. Because a lot forget. You see us doing that with the like button. we post that message for a reason because it works. The same as I do my, let's shake the ground, guys, pause it and let's get an earthquake going. That's helped us immensely with our likes. Because a lot of people just forget. Once again, folks, if you haven't hit the like button, though, please do. That's a good segue into it. So, yes, thank you very much, folks. If you haven't, it makes a big difference.
Around 10% is something that you want to look for or aim for. Is around 10% of your views towards your subscriptions. 5 to 10 is okay. It's an average kind of thing.
Yep.
And then, well, if you can get more, it's better.
Gain subs is to go to live streams of your niche. Talk in the chat, and many people will.
Yeah.
I agree with you, Sparky. Good to see you, by the way. Fantastic. I just saying too. It's also too. I think for us is the help we kind of bring niches together. You got to know your niche, but you also got to expand a bit, in collaborations and try and build up stuff with other channels that are interested in what you do, where you can get a lot of viewers. Like Farm Home Fanatic, he's a tractor channel, but if he collabed with, I don't know, a farming channel, even with a heavy mechanic channel, stuff like that could open up a lot of doors for each one like that, even though they're not exactly in the exact niche. So
you got to remember that we always say that YouTubers are also viewers. So just because you have a train channel doesn't mean that you are not interested in anything else, right?
Yeah.
And it works vice versa. Like us, for example, we are super interested in trains. You know that, although that's not what our channel is about, not according to Philip, but still. So, you can't just niche down, so to say, directly only connect with people who have train channels, because there's so many more people that are doing something else, but they also have it. Maybe they have even, trains in their basement, but they don't have a channel about it. So you can't forget about that. You got to expand, because we are also viewers, not just YouTube creators, And like I always bring the example of Captain Sparkles and another cooking channel. He made a collaboration between a Minecraft gameplay and a cooking channel, like a flourish, flowery cooking channel. They made a Minecraft cake. You would think that a Minecraft channel can make collaboration with a cooking channel, but they did, and both gained from it. So gotta keep your eyes open on everything, So we definitely disagree when people say only hang out with your niche. No, why would you cut off so many possibilities?
Your niches are important. That's where you cut your teeth on. That's your peers and all that. Nobody is taken away, definitely. But then also to go, for our channel, we always say we're kind of like we're that middle part of the road where they all come together. So if you just chat in a live stream, people will check you out. Last thing to say is 100%. Check me out. Oh my God, I agree with this part. We were talking about that a while ago. That's the thing people aren't realizing, is how much of a turnoff it is when you draw attention to yourself. It really is. Your channel is where you draw attention to yourself. There's where you shamelessly promote you with your banners, your thumbnails, and your about section, all that, and your social media promoting your video. That you shout yourself out to the max, and that's where it should end. Like, I've seen a channel the other day that was in the maybe spam folder. Channel was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. But what did they go and write? I just showed, I showed you some love. Hope you can come by and show me some love or some hugs or whatever. It was an amazing channel. It was just, it turned my stomach to see such a great channel write something so stupid. It just turned me off. It really did. But we just, on this side here, all we can do is when they come in here is we try to turn them, give them a chance. If it becomes blatant, then they got to go, because I know a lot of you do not want to put up with it. And if we don't do something with it, you guys are going to leave, and then we're going to be stuck with that disaster. So it's worthwhile. I want to grow, but we don't want to do it at the sake of scaring off all the good people that follow us. So that's why we're very strict on that one.
The Talks family is in, as well as CC fam,
Yes.
and we have joined
Welcome.
from Forever Treasures 2 years later, as she says. Well, welcome back. Welcome back to YouTube. We're still here. you found us where you left us.
That's right. That's
So
right.
welcome here.
It's great to have you in here. Hope you're doing fantastic.
So great conversation about that. And Outdoors with Eric is here.
How are
Outdoors
you?
with Eric, how are you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you. Hope you're doing fantastic.
Good to see you. Yes, I agree with you completely. Commander Vlog says only like quality comment relevant to my vids, not let's be friends or check me out. Exactly.
And Sparky underneath. And Sparky underneath. Channels I check out that say in the about section is, you follow me, I follow you, I will leave these channels right away. Mm-hmm. Exactly. And don't stop. The same as it turns me off when somebody's like the first thing in their channel. They list their goals for the next 200 and they do all these things like number wise. That stuff is such a turnoff. It's just, that's all you're about. You said it right there. That's all you care about, plain and simple. And I just turn and go out. It's just like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. And it's some channel. There's a few channels that are really good to do, but for the most, they're worth walking away from. Cardosa Media, always a pleasure having you in. You're a phenomenal channel. Thank you so much for being here. And, as we're getting close to tears, thank you for still being with us. It means the world to us. It really does. My channel is growing even though I have not made a video in several months. I'm pretty sure it's because of my overall engagement on YouTube. Hey, that is awesome. Put out something soon, Phil. Don't let your channel go dormant, bud. Please, please, I'm begging you. I know it's still growing. Just keep that interaction going on to it. They'll just keep uploading something so the algorithm knows too still, just to make sure. But yes, it definitely helps. Like community posts have been a godsend.
Yes.
Our Christmas this year was completely different than last Christmas. And it was community posts, I swear by, that helped us keep engagement up onto it. Absolutely love it. I saw a live stream today and it was titled, "Help me get my watch hours. Just stream, don't watch." I just shook my head. Yes, the trips, and it goes on so much. We're talking Sunday nights. I was talking about, ceiling. Stillwater Nation brought that example. A camera pointed at a ceiling fan in the dark, and all these things going on. I mean, it's absolutely horrid. And those channels that get all excited like that, and like, oh, come on, I'm so close to my hours. And here's my question: for what? For what? What is going to change in the scheme of things when you get your hours? Or your subscribers, or when you're only 10 away from your goal? Absolutely nothing. It's a lazy ass attempt at being on here. Just say what you want. You want that so that you can have that icon flashing with a $sign and tell people to give you money. Say it. It's the truth. Because don't try and tell me that it's for the passion of being on here and for the friends and that. Even if you were on here, and God help me, I could choke on my own words and say, says, I'm here for the friends. Well, that's the social medias are for that, not YouTube. Would you invite your friends in to look at a ceiling fan for 6 hours? It's such an insult to intelligence. And I get channels that come in here on the wheel. I brought it up again the other night, and they're like, oh, don't, oh God, don't review me. Just get me to my goal. Just get me to my goal. Great things are afoot. Amazing things are going to happen on this channel. Yes, every thumbnail is black for the last 298, but that's going to change. The day I get monetized, I'm going to knock Steven Spielberg's socks off. I've been hiding it the whole time, and it's going to just come flying out of the gate all of a sudden. Now, I'm not saying channels can't change, and I challenge and cheer them on to do so. But let's be realistic. And the sad part is, once again, like I said the other night, all those channels screw so many of us when we go live or upload a video, because there's so much of that stuff floating around, and we have to fight between the algorithm to get recommended between something like that. Maybe not even show up in the recommendations, but yet that will. And not just one, many.
Sparky says lots of golden nuggets there. One of the nuggets, he says, if you lose what you started YouTube for, you lose yourself, becomes a fake channel. I partly disagree with that statement, just because I think as you grow as a person, even in life, you do change your values, you do grow, you learn new things, and you evolve. It's nothing wrong with continuing doing what you started with, but I think changing within what you learned and adjusting with the times is also a good thing. If we all would be the same way as we are born, nobody would ever, get a job, finish school, get a family, like any of those things is evolving in life. Well, the same as with YouTube. I think you can shift. You can change from what you initially started with if it is conscious and a long-term decision with the clear aim where you're going with it.
Yeah, but the problem is, and I get where probably he's come from, there's some that change without conscience. They lose conscience on here.
Yeah.
And they become miserable pricks on here. Because they get jaded by this platform so badly. They don't change for the right reasons. And that does happen a lot on here as well.
Yeah, and you still have to be yourself. I agree that. I agree to that.
You got to stick to your core values. Yeah. And that's exactly it. Like, I don't understand what I was talking the other night. Why so many channels become network channels. Most of them flop. I don't know why people don't get that. Most networking channels flop. Usually within 2 to 3 months, they're gone. Because they realize there's just not that. If all you're going to do is networking, you're pretty much screwed, because you're going to run out of people. There's no way you can bring enough people. And you can't grow enough to be able to grow a bigger channel off it. And then if you go into other stuff that's tied around it, and I'm going to bring up us as an example, people can look and think of it, like Tek Talk Tuesday and that. They don't realize how much work it is to come up and know all these things that are brought up, to find on top of it new topics to discuss that aren't just the same old rehash, blah, blah, blah. It's not as easy as it sounds. So I, to this day, do not know why so many channels go running to it, because most fail, and most end up being on lifelines. And that's why we definitely did not put all of our big eggs in that basket, because that we knew better than not to do it. That's as simple as that. And a lot just throw every bit of morals down the drain on here. I mean, I see it happen in all different shapes and forms. You should take a break from it when you get to that point before you get to that point. Because it can get pretty nasty. You got to love yourself. You do have to love yourself. And that's the problem. You come in here loving yourself, and then the first time something goes wrong, a lot just turn and get bitter about it. Well, if you were expecting an easy ride, you start off in the wrong place to begin with. It's not easy whatsoever.
Well, Spider Gaming, yes. Oh my goodness.
Look at us in 2 years. I'm not playing though, but like, this is us, and we're celebrating 2 years on Thursday. This is not the very first video, but close to, we'll call it. So there is us on September 3rd, 2017. This is us March 29th, 2018. And I mean, here we sit before you today. A lot has changed. We've taken nothing. Our about section has nothing left from the beginning. The look of our channel has nothing alike, because we're not the same channel. We're anything but. We're a complete 180. But you got to do it consciously. I watch a lot of channels jump every week. Oh, this channel's doing good with this. I'm going to be that. Oh, this channel's doing great with that. I'm going to become that. And so on, and so on, and so on, and so on. And they ping pong back and forth and wonder why nothing sticks. Well, your heart's not into anything because you're jumping all the time. Everybody can see it. It's like, I'll sit down with this guy. He's a coin collector. Oh, coins? Yeah, they're good. Oh, yeah, penny, 1940s. Gotcha. All right, I'm a coin channel now. You should always get pennies from the 1940s. Why? Because they're nice? back to the drawing board. What's the channel going to be next? You know, you can't keep ping ponging. Nobody knows. Imagine if you watch your favorite show and every week it was something new. One week it was a sitcom. The next week it was a drama. The next week it was the 6 o'clock news. How the hell do you ever get emotionally attached to that? You don't know what's coming at you. Find something that sticks. And if you're going to make a change, think long and hard. Is it worthwhile? Because you can't keep going back and you can't keep jumping to new things. Or after a while, nobody's going to want to watch it because they don't even think you want to be here. You're just looking for something that will get you higher up, not about what you do. Yep. Do YouTube because you wanted to. Yeah, that's right, Sparky. Very kind, very good words.
Thank you so much for all the nice words in the chat as well, by the way. Thank you. True resource for YouTubers. Thank you. We're growing with you guys and sharing with what we can. I see Markiplier on the screen. Yes, we talked about the things that happened with him with regards to emojis in the chat. That's one of our previous live streams. Octagon, hello and welcome here as well. Talking about what you just said, Andrew, we had an answer. We had a question from Minnesota Lawn and Landscape who said, I have been doing live grow streams to help others meet and to help get my watch time. With me doing those, do you think once it is time for my review, will that make it harder to get approved?
Honestly, and you can ask anybody here, I shoot straight from the hip. It's not going to hurt you so much in that part, but it's really hurt your channel and what it stands for, and to try and get it back if you want to get off of them afterwards.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I feel bad because so many people are told to do it, and you were probably told to do that as a way of helping your channel out. And Jesus, it's one of the worst things you can do to your channel. It's one of the worst things you can do to your channel because you're taking focus off what you do, not just from the people who watch you, but from the algorithm as well. I know we want watch time. I get that. And yes, nobody's arguing it is a faster way to get there. Most times it is, because anytime anybody sees networking, there's going to be people run in. They don't care what it's about. They just see the networking sign. They go rushing in. I agree with that. But the long-term effects are very... If you look at our channel and you go to our About section... If you'll notice something here, I remember one channel tried to call us out one night because the dumbass couldn't have been bothered to go check us out before he went live and made a fool of himself. He tried to catch it like we dug ourselves in a grave and threw away our channel. This channel's been all about live streaming since the end of March last year. 2 years. 2 years coming up. I'm not trying to be downing. I'm just trying to tell you that it is so hard on your channel. It's almost impossible to come back from once the damage is done, because YouTube doesn't base your channel on, okay, well, this is a video and this is a live stream and we're going to do it differently, because you got to realize a live stream is a quick up and a quick back down, because you need people in right away. For evergreen content, you got to go on a scale. Now, it's okay to do a live stream, but I'm going to bring somebody up that's in here right now, and I know of others, but I'm going to bring an example, see right in front of me, is Sparky. Now, Sparky does a live stream, but he caters heavily to his niche. We're not a niche channel. You got to realize that. We're a niche, but not in the sense that you guys are as uploaders. Now, some people do meet in Sparky's and that, but it doesn't necessarily mean he's a network stream, not at all. But it doesn't mean a bit of networking can't happen into it. But the sole focus is talking about what his niche is about. And the whole problem with networking a lot of times is if you're not doing it right and you're not really putting a lot into it, you can walk out with some people that aren't really there for anything else that you do. And say you decide tomorrow, okay, now I got my monetization. I'm going back to what I want to do, what I'm here, what I was meant to do, what attracted me here. And I'm done with the networking. Well, the problem is the algorithm is not done with you. And a lot of channels get fed up and end up either leaving their channel or they started new ones. You know, it's very hard to bring back a channel. I don't know if Honda Travels in here, but he didn't do that. But nonetheless, he took a big break from his channel, and he can give you some information on what it's like to try and kickstart a channel again. And what it's like. It's not an easy process. It's not for the faint-hearted, and sometimes it just can't come back. People miss my editing, like you see in there, and they say, oh, you know, Andrew, and I know they do. I know they mean that generally from the heart, and I appreciate that. And they say, I miss your editing and stuff like that. We used to do it. The problem is, why would I do it? Why would I spend 12 hours of editing to maybe get 300 views onto it? We're a live streaming channel. We're so branded by the algorithm. That's what we are. Lock, stock, and barrel. And even if you do live stream in your niche, I mean, I know there's some here. I'm not trying to pay do 4. I would still recommend only do it once or twice a month, and it heavily pertain to what your channel does. It doesn't mean some people can't come and meet it, and maybe you could use it as a draw to get other people in to check out your niche, from outside. But it's not a good thing for your channel in any shape or form. And I know a lot of people, I've been in live streams where they're telling people to do it flat out. Do a network stream. Do network streams. It's going to get you there faster. It's going to get you there faster, but what do you have when it's said and done? Okay, now you got there. Do you want to keep doing network streams? Well, if you're just doing network streams, you're going to have to do them 5-6 days a week because the algorithm, like I say, for live streams, is quick up and quick down. Can you keep enough people coming in all the time? Because usually what happens to them is one day everybody walks in, there's 15 people, they stare at each other and say, I know everybody in here. I'm out. It's not known for its loyalty, let's just say. And we could have went with that last fall. I mean, our wheel was, when we started it and really got it honed, I mean, we were flying high with that thing. It was the talk of the town. I'll say it, because whether you liked it or whether you hated it, everybody was talking about it. And some people thought we were out of our minds that we weren't doing it every night. Why the hell are you going through all the trouble of interviews again? Why are you doing this and doing that? Tek Talk Tuesday and that. You're not getting near as many in there as you're getting with the wheel. Because even for us and what we do, we knew it was a channel killer. You can't do it every night. And then if you're going to offer other stuff, it has to pertain into it, and then you have to go in the rooms like we're doing, like Tek Talk Tuesday stuff. What are you going to do? Sit there with, and just tell people they should have nice thumbnail? No, you got a lot of research ahead of you and staying up ahead of the game and stuff like that. Like what we announced tonight about the numbers. YouTube hasn't even talked about that yet. That's the kind of stuff we got to bring to the table just to stay relevant. It doesn't just get handed to you. When we talked about stuff this fall about rounding off the numbers in YouTube's going to round off the numbers after 1,000. That came from a tiny little post from a Google employee on a back room of a chat. There was nothing anywhere about that. That's the part that gets lost into it, that people don't see. A lot of people see a live, and especially networking, it's just hell. Just hit the camera and go. Hit the ground running. But it's not like that. Why do you think we put such an emphasis on information on the wheel? We can't do it just all gung-ho, grab this one, grab that one. It's a channel tanker after a while. Seen tons of them. They all pretty much end up the same way when it's said and done. It's a hard road. You have every right to do with your channel whatever you want, and I always say, whether as long as you're within Google YouTube's guidelines, but even that you're allowed to stay out of as long as you're consciously aware of it. Everybody has the right to do what they want here, but just be aware of the consequences. And a lot of people telling people to go and just get a live stream going, it's going to get your watch time. Yeah, they're also not telling you what's going to happen once you reach it and where do you stand. Where do you go from there when you have a dead channel? What happens when you don't want to do lives anymore? And a lot do it genuinely saying, I just want to get my watch time in because then I want to get more of a push and I want to go back to what I do. And the sad truth is that doesn't happen very often. It's a hard road to get back to it. So sometimes it's better to hold off for another 3-4 months and push it using the stuff. Still maybe do the odd live stream, stuff like that. Maybe do premieres and stuff like that helps a lot too. Playlists on a homepage help out a lot for watch time. Go out and find groups. Find all kinds of groups that are interested in what you're doing. All very, like you're in lawn care. I would be hitting everybody, Lawn Man, White, all those brands. They all usually have Facebook groups and stuff like that. Getting in as many of them and subgroups. And, new housing development sites, that talk a lot about anything that can talk about lawn care where you can get your name into it. That stuff would probably pay off more. I hope you appreciate it, Minnesota lawn and landscape, and I hope you don't take it as me picking fault. I don't mean it in any shape or form. Like I say, in the end, it's your channel. Just that I feel a lot of people, and it's not you, but a lot of you've gotten along the way. So I've seen it. I know what happens. They go on live stream. You got to get a live stream. You need a live stream. Well, yeah, but get a live stream. I don't want to hear you. Just get a live stream. You're going to be fine. You're going to do great. I mean, it's such stupid advice some people are giving to people like that. It's such a challenge. And they're giving it not even knowing the difference, or B, not even giving a shit. It's one of those two. Because either you don't know, and you shouldn't, if you don't know, you shouldn't be giving out advice to do something. And if you do know the difference and what it can cause and not letting people know directly, it's as irresponsible as a person can be. It really is. I'm not taking it personally. I asked because I wanted to know what you thought. Well, thank you. And I appreciate that because I know I'm passionate about some stuff, and I really appreciate that you guys understand that with me. It's just because it's not set up, and it's a message to the mass. It really is, because maybe somebody out there too that's on the fence might think about that. Live streams are not as easy as people make them out to be if you want to do a decent one. I can tell you that. Xenia and I, we don't always do everything perfectly. I don't think anybody does. But the heart that we put into what we do is what's gotten us where we are and helped us survive a lot of attacks, a lot of harassment, a lot of ups and downs, a lot from YouTube itself. A lot of people say, we shouldn't have it or whatever, but they wouldn't be willing to put in the work that that it took us to do it. That's for sure. And Ventures, by the way, how are you? Welcome to everybody in here. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you for listening to my rant. Live streams are hard. What broadcaster to use and content you have to keep it's fun and you have to entertain. Exactly. And you're right in front. You're as exposed as you can be. And 6 nights a week, there's lots of chances to make tons of mistakes and get it wrong. And there's no
every time.
Yeah, exactly. Something we embrace. Thanks to Linus Tech Tips. I'll always thank him for that. He taught us that, to embrace your mistakes, to own them. And I love it. Yeah.
If we always guys say to double check the resources, and that's why we add our sources after the live stream, so you can go yourself and double check, because you at the end are the one responsible for your channel. So when somebody is suggesting you to do something, always ask them why, because that's usually what stops the people dead in the tracks. It's super easy to repeat things. It's super easy.
That's the why response, I call it.
It's super easy to repeat things that a person have heard somewhere and not really understanding why it is important or not important, why people have to do one thing and not the other. When you start asking questions and try to understand why there is such an advice, that's where usually people start struggling, because they don't understand how it works. And if they don't, it means that you shouldn't be getting that suggestion, because there is no base for it. It's just grabbed from somewhere. You want to understand why whatever advice it is important to do or not to do.
I've seen it firsthand. I've seen people come in here, take what we said, and then try and half-ass it off. That's okay if they want to take what we were talking about. But you might want to take a half hour, an hour, or a day and get to understand it before it come up. And I've seen it happen, and I've watched it. And I've sat there like eating popcorn in a good movie. It's like, here comes the why question. Here comes the why question and that. Guys, it's not good to do live streams and that. Oh, yeah? How come we shouldn't do live streams? I heard they're good. Head blows off right there in front of you all. That's right. From the stress of trying to answer that one. Deer in headlights.
And in fact, if you don't know something, say that you don't know. That's why oftentimes when we don't know, we say that. We don't know. We're not sure. We throw back the question in the chat because it's not something that we are confident about. We don't know. We, say it. I don't know. We don't know the source. We're not sure, It's okay to admit that you don't know something instead of us advising a complete BS by time. Sorry.
We had one time that does reviews. I'll bring it up. And Xenia was talking about a while. I was brought up a while ago when I said about, finding about YouTube rounding off the numbers, and Xenia just came across it by chance in a small little unmarked article.
Are you going there?
I know. And this channel that does this kind of tech help was listening in on it because they delayed their show by now. Then went on and had the fucking audacity not only to take what we just talked about, pretend like they found it, that they didn't find it. Believe you me, they didn't find it. and then sits there and says, yeah, but I would take it with a grain of salt. I don't know. It was just written by some YouTube employee. Who do you think it was written by? Fucking Dairy Queen cashier? Who else did you think was going to write it? Like, seriously. You know, this is what happens when you go talking with your mouth. If you're not going to take the time to look at anything and understand what you're talking about, don't talk about it. Like I said, I can listen. All you guys got different niches. I can go listen to talk. I can listen to Nomad and Broke. I'm just getting a real specific one right now. I'm going to go back to. Oh my God Almighty! Where are you? Where are you? Where are you?
Take Polly.
Take Polly. Okay, Polly's talking about about his native language and that, and he'll tell, and I'll pick up the odd word in that. That's a great choice. And I'll hear him talk, and then I'm going to be like, all right, guys, live stream tonight. We're going to be talking about Hawaii, the native tongue. And they're going to say, okay, what do you got to talk about? I'm going to say, well, it's a nice sounding language. It's hard to learn. Oh, really? Say something into it. Mamalaki is the thing to say. You know, what am I supposed to say about it? What am I supposed to bring to the table? I got nothing. I heard him talking. I've heard the odd word. What am I going to do? Now I'm an authority onto it? No. If I decide to do a live stream on it, I'm going to have Paulie come on and talk about it because he is. Or I'm going to sit back and take a couple of weeks and try to figure out what the hell I'm talking about to make any sense in case somebody asks me a comment, about, a question about it. Like, that's what goes on here. There's so much misinformation. I hear channels correcting us all the time that, no, that's not true. Oh, really? Why? It's not. Oh, well, since you said it's not, and you've made a fair case, and you're showing your work for that by saying it's not, I'm convinced. Sign me up. What other wise words do you have to share with me? I mean, folks, I honestly, the one thing I will insist on doing, we've done it with other people, on anything, show me your work. If it's so important and so this and that, show me what you got. That's why we purposely share the links with you guys for that exact reason. Because it's important that you guys believe in what we tell you. And we're the first ones to say, I don't know. There's no harm in that. I love going to a store. I want to be served and I want to get what I need. Nothing makes me happier. And I remember this young fellow was looking for a part for our oven one time. I walked in and he said, he goes, I don't know. I just started here a couple weeks ago. My boss is going to be back in 15 minutes. Would it be okay if you wait? If not, I can call you. What a great answer. Way better than, yeah, like some Best Buy geek, Geek Squad. Yeah, I got the piece right here. It's a condibulator. Yeah, I've heard of it all the time. Lying to their teeth. That pisses me off. That keeps me from ever coming back. Just tell the truth. You don't know. Nobody can know everything. We most certainly don't. That's why we always say a lot of times you guys are in here helping each other. Great question I was bringing as an example is, what's the best editor for video on a phone? How the hell do I know? I've never done it. So how I can sit around and say, well, just hang on. I'm thinking. Type in top 10 editors of 2019. Product XYZ is a fantastic thing to use. Oh, really? You've used it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Great interface. You know, the buttons. It's got cut, paste on it. I like it. It's always been good to me. I mean, what a crock of shit. I'm happy to say, I don't know. I don't have a clue. Ask somebody in here. There's lots of people editing with phones. Let them tell you. Doesn't make me feel bad. You still got your answer, and hey, guess what? I learned something along the way too. So, the old fake it till you make it there, it was a little bit too far in here sometimes. And that's where people end up hanging themselves in here because you get caught at it. And nothing travels faster across YouTube than bad news. So, one thing I've learned is don't make a promise your butt can't cash, because guess what? People will hold you accountable to it. They are watching, and there's some that just can't wait for you to poke a hole into it. So, better off to come on. Look at us when we're getting bought it and stuff like that. We're not like, oh my God, it's going fantastic. No, God, here we go again. Here's the numbers. Look, they just took 250 views away. There you are. Share screen. What do you want me to do? We are what we are, and you got to be that. Yeah, but that's where channels are missing the point onto it. Stop worrying about becoming a network channel, a live stream to get out, and instead become very proficient in a sector of what you do. Become the major authority into it. And I know I sound like a fanboy lately, but he just keeps coming in because he's such a good example. Is Farmall of doing that, of a niche within a niche. Don't get away from the broad spectrum. You can't be a master of everything. Find something that you stand out for in that niche that nobody else is doing, and learn everything you can about it. That everybody in your niche knows this. You're the channel to go to when they want to know about something about that, and therefore the algorithm will know that you're the authority on it. And that's what's going to get you seeing. It all comes back to the don't worry what everybody else is doing, because if you do that, everything's been done. Everything's been done. There's nothing new here to do. It's just sit back and just erode. You have to be looking for what other people are not doing. Where the crack in the system is. What are people missing in this niche that they're not talking about? I bring up, some like it and some don't, but the wheel was exactly an answer to that question. Why is everybody so obsessed with just getting numbers, or as dull as shit talking about theory for 10 hours? There was no middle ground. Zero. In our opinion, it was either bland. All right, guys, we're going to do B-roll for the 7 trillionth time. All right, wait a minute. I just want to make sure Peter McKinnon's still doing it. Yeah, he's still doing it, so we're going to do all B-roll here. B-roll all day, all night, 24 hours a day. You've entered the B-roll channel. Or, sub me 42, sub me back, sub me. You got him, grab him. You guys got him? Yeah. Okay, bye, we're done. To me, there was only two options. I couldn't find a third. Nothing. That's the simple fact of it. It was either so bland and so dry and so nauseatingly slow, or so over the top meat market, and there was just nothing joining the two together. The wheel is built on three principles of networking, entertaining, instructing. That's exactly what the wheel is all around. And we've done experiments purposely where in 3 hours we only spun the wheel 4 times, and we still managed to bring over 2K people into it. That was purposely done because Xenia and I had to see where it was going and what kind of a dependency was on it just being the wheel. So we answered that a long time ago, you know. So it was an interesting study onto it, but it can get out of hand as well, like anything else. So you got to be aware of it. That's half the reason why we tested to see where it would be. But there's not somebody getting up there every 2 minutes. There's lots of times 15, 20-minute gaps in between it. And we don't want it to be somebody coming up every 2 minutes. We'll purposely talk about something else or anything to keep it from rolling the moment after. Sometimes we got out because we're falling back on time and that. We got to catch up a bit. But we never wanted it to be like that. We never wanted to be. Now, we had the double blitz that we introduced where we don't really review channels. But, I mean, that's part of a game. You got to have something fun once in a while. We realized that after a while, too. That was out of necessity. We got to have something here that just picks it up a bit and brings up that mood a bit to keep everybody on, you know, on the high ground. It is got to be entertaining as well. I do see elements that we've brought in from, like, say, The Price is Right and stuff like that. Kind of feeling with it we do. And there's a lot of inspiration there on that for sure. I want to be entertained when I watch anything. And entertaining can be a lot of information, but done in a fantastic way. There's a lot of people. I was just watching a TED Talk the other day. Guy was fantastic. I didn't realize the 25 minutes went by and it felt like 2 minutes. It doesn't always have to be over the top. It's just got to be good. It's got to keep people in there. And that's what we all do with our videos. I mean, everything, videos, live streams, they're all working on the same fundamentals. I keep buffering and falling behind. Yeah, no, you don't have to be sorry. Things wrong, and it's happening a lot lately on YouTube, and everybody's saying that. You know, never lose. Here it is in a nutshell. I always talk about the middle ground. Don't start becoming a snob where I'll build it and they will come, and I know better than them. Okay? Don't go down that route. Don't become some sort of wannabe Spielberg that. Because you're going to enjoy it, you and the 6 other people. And also don't just start milling around like it's some open whorehouse, because you're going to get what you attract. Just make stuff and get people to watch it, and hopefully get as many people that like what you do watching it. And if your content's good, more people are going to stick around for it. And remember, if you're a very, very minute niche, you got to work the same. I remember one guy used to promise that, oh, we're all going to have 1 million subscribers. Oh, really? Oh, really? The gaming channel, the knitting channel, this and that, we're all going to be 1 million. I mean, well, let's have a thought here for a second. But you could have a knitting channel, say at 20,000 subscribers, making a mint, way more than 1 million subscriber, selling patterns, selling their own, I don't know, line of wool. Maybe there's all kinds of things they can do that they're making a killing off of it. So it's not always necessarily on being the biggest on here to get ahead. So sometimes some of them do the worst. Alrighty, Xenia.
Super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat, super sticker, super chat. Thank you so much. And thumbs up for Pixelpia Teaching and Learning and all of you guys in the chat. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pixelpia. Do appreciate it so much. WTF, Mike, you crazy son. Yes, those are all. Yes, that's right. Here you go. I heard that you can't use more than 2 emojis unless you know your colleague's fight song, and it can never follow a number unless it is an odd day of a half crescent moon. No truer words have ever been spoken. No truer words have ever been spoken. I'm not knitting. It goes Sparky. Oh my God. And I mean, we still get that to this day in the appeal. We just got a message again the other day. I heard it's okay. And I'm not making fun of the people. It's just amazing. This is another thing that's going on in a lot of these networking streams and that. These idiotic things that are told to people and that. I don't know where I don't know where they're getting them from. And you shouldn't be giving advice unless you know 100%. If you looked it up for 2 seconds, you'd know that's not true. Imagine if the news worked like that. Yeah, Montreal was shut down for, I don't know, there's chickens have taken over the city and they're armed and everything else and that. Let's go check our sources. No, Bob told me that happened. And Sheila said she heard it too. Therefore, we will be there. Send the trucks. Send the satellite trucks into downtown. The chickens are afoot and they've taken the city of Montreal. That's right, folks. Because they told me so. I mean, seriously. Imagine if you're driving like that. Cop pulled you over. Well, no. Frank did say I was allowed to go faster here. Sorry, officer. Sorry. Did not know Frank had advised you the rules. My apologies. Have a good day, sir. It don't work that way. I mean, if you're going to tell somebody, if you got the guts to go tell them, if you want to help your channels out and you really do care about them in that part, take 5 minutes to know what you're talking about and then tell them. Then you're doing a real service. That's all I got to say onto the matter. Then you're doing a service to people. It doesn't matter if I say it, they say it, whoever says it. But if you're going to tell somebody, take a moment to know what you're talking about and then say it. I always thought Montreal had a beaver problem. Yeah. I don't know if it's a problem or not, but yeah. Welcome back, Game of Rubik's Liam. You know there is Beaver Lake here on Mount Royal. So yes, you can Mount Beaver. There's one mountain. Montreal's an island, and there's one mountain, loose term. But yeah, Mount Royal, and there is Beaver Lake up on top of there. Just saying. Well, folks, I think you've listened to enough of this craziness for one night. I think we put you through enough.
I think we thoroughly enjoyed it, me included. And we love your all of a sudden rants and unplanned, right on the spot.
I know, and I feel bad. I hope Minnesota's still in here once again. It's got nothing to do with your channel, what you're doing. I actually really appreciate you asking like that, and I hope you once again understand that I'm answering a group and stuff like that. You said you did, but I just want to make sure. I don't want to come down on anybody or anything like that. I don't want to do that stuff. Just want people to really know, because too many get told without the consequences behind it. And I feel bad. Xenia and I do get emails from people, or mostly Twitter now at this point. But it's sad. Like, my channel, and it's been 4 months and I can't get it running again and blah, 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 blah. And I'm trying. And the hard answer sometimes it's not going to. Or you're not going to have the energy to see it through. And that is sad. That is really sad, because I know a lot of people start off here with good, honest want to do something, to have a voice, and it got sidetracked over fast tracking to get, and most times because they're told they should do it, but not told the consequence of it. And that bugs me a lot. It really does. Folks, don't forget to be the last one in the chat tonight. Last one in the chat tonight gets a free shout out tomorrow night, and it is Pusa Push. And we have our 2 contests going now. Wait, where is it? I forgot to bring that back. I got to get this fixed up better. So we have 2 contests, folks. Now we're doing every night. One of them is to be the last person to make a comment in this chat you're in right now. And then make sure to come back and leave a comment on this video for a random contest tomorrow. The random one from yesterday was won tonight by Featherstone. And the last comment in the chat here was by Chris MG. Congratulations to them both, and we'll be doing the same thing. But just remember, it's got to be an on-topic comment. It can't be any like 32, sub 1, watched in full, pulled my ear, and all that crazy stuff. Just talk to us. We're all people, so...
And we're going to include all the links that we talked about today at the beginning of the show in the description, as always. So when you come back to leave that comment, check out the description for more information that might be useful to you.
That's right, folks. Thank you so much for being here. A ton of love to you. It's hard to believe it's going to be 2 years in just like 2 days. It feels like a day, and it feels like 50 years all combined into one. But we're pretty lucky people when it's all said and done. We got a lot of great channels that follow us. And it means a lot to have you guys here and do good things on this platform, folks. Okay, it's not too late to make a good difference and leave a good message here. So take care of yourselves, be well, and we'll see us tomorrow. Have a good one.